Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Aso Tarot, and in today's Pick a Stone reading, we are going to be asking the question, is the person that you're thinking of, hence I'll call them your person, being authentic towards you? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at their actions towards you first so that you can confirm that this is the person you're asking about. You may find that it's about somebody else, and that might be just because Spirit wants to talk about somebody else, or you may find if none of the actions that you've experienced from this person fit the piles, then there may not be a reading in here for you. But essentially, after we look at the actions, we're going to look at their feelings or kind of the reasoning behind their actions, and that will help show us if they're being truly authentic towards you or not. So I'll look at both and kind of make a judgment call on what I think is authentic and not, but obviously it is up to you at the end of the day. But this is not necessarily a romance reading. It can be about somebody that you have romantic feelings towards, but if you are asking about a friend, a colleague, somebody like that, just be aware that there will be romance messages coming through, but if you're not asking about a romantic situation, then just disregard those types of messages. So we have 4 different stones to choose from today. We have pile 1 with this flower agate stone. We have pile 2 with this black moonstone stone. We have pile 3 with this sunstone stone. And we finally have pile 4 with this labradorite stone. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. You can ask about different people for different piles if you want. Feel free to do whatever works best for you. There will be an extended today where after we go through everything in the reading and we get advice, I am going to look in the extended at what you need to know about this connection moving forward and just get some kind of deeper advice and guidance that you might need. So I hope this reading resonates. Definitely, once you've picked your pile, go ahead and scroll down to the description box or the comment section where I will have all the timestamps listed below, and then we will get into your reading. Hi there, pile 1. If you guys chose the flower agate stone, this is going to be your reading on is this person being authentic. So I chose your tarot decks intuitively. So when looking at their actions, we are going to start with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and then I also have oracles already shuffled, and then we will look at that, and then we will look at your person's feelings, authentic feelings as well. Sorry if I sound a little disjointed. I was like about to film, and then there was a bunch of fireworks going off outside my window, and when one sees fireworks outside their window, one has to watch. So I'm like a little like disjointed. I feel like I'm like getting back into it. Okay, so I hope you all are doing wonderfully. And like I said in the intro, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This can be friend, whatever. Just take what resonates. We'll look at advice after we look at everything else, and then we will get into the extended. So let's go ahead and start and see here. Spirit, how does pile 1's person currently act towards them? What are their current actions towards pile 1? Okay, we're gonna look at those first. So we have the 9 of Pentacles, we have the Emperor, we have the Knight of Swords. Oh goodness, okay. We also have the Tower, the Chariot, the 3 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. I don't always take cards when they flop out like that, but I felt like these were very significant. This needs to be moved here though. Nope, like that. Okay. And on the back of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups showing up. I'll just go ahead and take that. Okay, So let's go ahead and look at your oracles now. To start, we have Scorpio, I transform. We have number 16, rebirth. We have shadow. We have summer and vulnerable. We also have fortune. And we have restlessness that wanted to come out in reverse. So this is really interesting because I'm picking up on a couple of different scenarios. But the biggest thing that I'm picking up on is that this person, in terms of how they act towards you, it seems like you're in communication with them a lot. But it doesn't seem to be communication that's necessarily in person. But this vulnerable card is actually the biggest one calling out to me. This could be somebody that is at a distance from you, or this could be somebody that you just don't get to see very often because of being busy. But I do pick up on a more romantic-y vibe here for some of you. But the way that they act towards you, let's just talk about that. I feel like this person is really open with you and really honest. If this is somebody that you've known for a long time, I think that this has been a process. It hasn't always been that way. This person gives me a very independent vibe. In terms of signs that I'm seeing here, we have Aries, we also have Cancer, and we have Scorpio, obviously. But there's a lot of transformational energy here. And a lot of this honestly feels kind of mutual. This person typically sticks to themselves, and they kind of seem to be in a more independent energy. They might be doing well financially, but they are still kind of going through a cycle of healing. And what's interesting to me is that one thing that I'm picking up on is that it's quite possible that you and this person were brought into each other's lives to kind of continue healing. If this is an established connection, though, I would definitely say that this is a new side of this person that you're truly seeing, and you are seeing that they are wanting to change, or that they are a lot more aware of themselves, their actions, their behavior, etc. So I think that if you do see this person in person, that when you guys are together, you definitely have a good time. At times they may seem like withheld, and you may not know why, but I feel like this Nine of Swords and this Tower are very much connected. So if you do feel like this person is maybe holding back at times, or maybe not being fully transparent with you, I think that is because of this kind of Nine of Swords, maybe anxious energy. I think this anxiety has to do with drastic change. And for some of you, this drastic change could be like, if this is somebody that you've known for a while, maybe you both have been through some rocky things together, or maybe this person has just been through rocky things in their personal life. If this is a newer connection, I feel like maybe this person is afraid of what this change might bring. So maybe they're not fully transparent, or they might talk about things that happened in their past, or things that created this Nine of Swords energy for them. But I feel like the way it manifests in actions, I don't think you see this Tower energy unless they tell you about it. I do feel like they kind of try to withhold it, because what came out first, I believe, I can't remember correctly anymore. I think it was the Nine of Swords that came out. But I also think that this person is always really happy to interact with you. And with the Knight of Swords here, Nine of Swords and Knight of Swords, I have to enunciate correctly. With this Knight of Swords here, I do feel like this person is quick to respond to you. I feel like they enjoy talking to you. If that wasn't the case in the past, I definitely feel like this has been a weird change for you. But with this Chariot card here, I definitely feel like they feel balanced in this connection. Like they want to move this connection forward if this is a romantic connection. If this is just a friendly connection or something like that, I feel like this person maybe wants, well, I guess it doesn't matter what type of connection it is. They may be talking about wanting to travel to see you, or wanting to travel just in general if you guys are in the same area, or just like go on adventures. I do get kind of like road trips or like late night drive vibes from this pile. Because for some of you, you could definitely be close to this person. It's just that, you know, you both have your own lives and like you can't always see one another. I do feel like this person, the Seven of Cups kind of gives me Pisces energy. So the way that they act towards you, it might be like, I feel like it's this weird mix of transparent, but then also like withheld in a certain way. And I think that's because this person is kind of in their head a lot. And so what's kind of going on with them is that it's not always easy for them to discern what the reality of a situation is. And I think because they may turn molehills into mountains in their own head, it might create confusion for them. But I think that they're actually coming out of that. Because with this Scorpio card, I transform. I feel like this person has at the very least been like really open with you about how they are, maybe how they've been healing, what they've been through. This vulnerability card really speaks to me. And with this Summer card, I do feel like this is kind of a sign that this person maybe feels a lot of joy around you or is just energized around you. The Scorpio energy is intense though, because one, I mean, if this is like a romantic connection, I do feel like this person has some sexual energy towards you. So if you haven't been with this person yet, that's definitely something on their mind. They may have told you about that. If not, then it could just be, or maybe this is like a friends with benefits type situation for some of you, and that could be coming up. But I do think the feelings that this person has for you are kind of intense. And I know this is supposed to be actions, but like it's gonna come through sometimes. The Scorpio energy, you know, I feel like because Scorpio is just so intense, I feel like this person is kind of slightly afraid of being fully open with you, but they're not letting that stop them, because the Scorpio card can often talk about like how certain emotions can create an energy where somebody is maybe afraid or afraid to surrender to these intense emotions that they're feeling. And I almost feel like this tower isn't necessarily a negative tower. It's just that like, it's almost like by embracing you in some way, there is a big change that is involved there. And so that creates like some hesitancy. Like I feel like there's things you probably haven't talked about yet, things that you haven't discussed yet. But at the very least, I feel like this person has been transparent about the fact that they feel lucky to know you. They feel lucky to have you. I do feel like maybe they ruminate about this connection, or they could voice their fears about this connection, or voice their fears about things in general. Because I do think that this person, for the most part, is transparent with you. But with this rebirth and I transform, I feel like there's two scenarios here, kind of like I've already said. Either this person is coming forward, you've known them for a long time, a while, and they're coming forward with a new type of energy, and you're like trying to suss out the vibe and like, are they being authentic, which is a wonderful reason why you're here. Or this is a newer connection and you both have been in a process of transformation, and it kind of seems like the universe brought you two together because you were energetically aligned, and this could be somebody that you were asking for in a friend context, in a romantic context, that creates great change. I feel like this person is pretty open about like their vices, their shadows, and I feel like they do try to play it a bit cool. They try to act like these things don't necessarily bother them, but I think that you're maybe able to pick up on that. I feel like the fact that these cards are coming through kind of goes to show that you do see, or if not see, feel the kind of underlying worries this person may have, or how this person may overthink things. Maybe you both are night owls or just talk really late into the night. because I feel like with this Emperor card, this person does like to seem in control. This person does like to seem, I heard calculated, but I don't necessarily think calculated. I think they just want to seem like they know what they're doing. And that might be hard for them because sometimes they do kind of get muddled by their feelings, or they could just have a very dreamy energy, in the sense that maybe you guys like talk about like your daydreams, maybe you talk about your literal dreams or something like that. Or maybe you both, actually, one thing that I'm getting is that maybe you both are working out the past together, if you do have a past with this person, and kind of trying to clear through that confusion. Because one thing that I can definitely see is that if this is a past person, I do feel like this Nine of Pentacles and this Emperor kind of goes to show that maybe this person has grown a lot, and they're kind of proud to show that. It's like, you know, the summer is like, it's energetic, it's lively, and I feel like this person has a lot of energy towards you. I would say that if this is a person that like you're in separation with or something like that, this probably isn't your pile. I mean, that should be up to you intuitively. I mean, maybe this is all going on a spiritual level, on an astral level, but I do feel like this is a very this connection is present in your life currently. And there's the potential for great change there. It might bring fear to you both. But yeah, with this Shadow card here, I feel like you both maybe talk about the deeper things, like the maybe trauma, or trauma that either of you have experienced, or just really deep spiritual things. You know, this Scorpio card, this is kind of the equivalent of the Death card in the tarot deck, and I do think that either you and this person had gone through some kind of death, like a metaphorical death, in the sense that like a lot of things changed before you were brought together, or there has been some kind of great change in the both of your lives if you've known this person. And I think that it helped this person realize how lucky they were to have you, or just how blessed they were to have you in their life. They've probably voiced that, like, no matter what type of connection it is, like, you're kind of a part of their destiny in a way. With this Fortune card here, like, it just doesn't seem like this was an accident. It wasn't a coincidence. Like, it didn't come out of nowhere. But I think that this person is trying to be honest, in the sense that they do not want these like fears, these anxieties to hold them back or hold them down. I think that they try to look on the lighter side of things, and especially when they're talking to you, I do kind of get this Cancerian energy as like pretty nurturing, and like I feel like they feel like they can be vulnerable with you, and I feel like they have a lot of just energy towards you in general. And I think that what makes them feel so scared is that they maybe have never met another person that matches that emotional intensity the same way that you do. And maybe they voice that to you, maybe not. But what I'm kind of seeing is that like they know that if this connection is not if you're not with this person, or if this is like whatever this is, they know that there's a great potential for even more change. And I think it's scary for this person to acknowledge emotionally how this could impact them, or the fact that there's risk involved, in the sense that being involved at a deep emotional level can be scary, and that things could not go out the way they want, not end up the way they want them to. Things could go badly. Maybe you've seen these changes in their life, and maybe they've overcome these changes for some of you, and maybe they weren't honest about those changes in the past, these crazy moments in their life, but now they're trying to be more open about it. Really, just the vibe that I'm getting, though, is that this is a pretty authentic connection, in the sense that you both, which I guess I'm already starting to answer this, because this person does seem to be pretty transparent. In fact, I feel like they almost, in a lot of ways, they have no hesitancy telling you what's on their mind, being honest with you. But then at times I do think that maybe when they're not very good place emotionally, or they're just, you know, haven't gotten a lot of sleep, or having a bad mental health day, I definitely think that holds them back a little bit. But I think that this person at the very least has acknowledged, like, you know this person's name and their story. Like, I heard, you know my name, not my story, but like, you know this person's name and their story. Like, and maybe you don't know all of it, but they're open to communicating that with you. Truthfully, this is the first card that I shuffled when I shuffled your Oracle cards, and I feel like this one just speaks so heavy. And what I like about it is that it really matches this Tower card and this Shadow card. And I think that this person has really grown a lot just in life in general, whether it was before they met you or during time apart, or just even if you've been with this person for a while through being with them. I feel like this person sees this connection as just very like divinely guided, in the sense that you and this person were placed in one another's lives, not only to enrich it, but also to give each other a safe space to air out your trauma or open up about things that you necessarily wouldn't feel safe to talk about. Yeah. I just feel like overall there's a lot of, you've either seen a lot of change in this person, or the person that they are now. Like, if you've met them recently, I feel like this person comes off as somebody very impressive in some way, or just very in control, very sure of themselves. And I think that this person has maybe been open with you about the fact that haven't always been like this, and that it's taken a lot of growth, it's taken a lot of mistakes, it's taken a lot of change to get there. So overall, I mean, I feel like if you pick this pile, you're probably just looking at this to confirm that they are being authentic with you. But like, yeah, so far in terms of their actions, they do seem to be pretty straightforward, and they do seem to be like, it's interesting because Scorpio is kind of like a hidden secret energy. But to have it in their actions, it is possible maybe for some of you, you do feel like there's something deeper there that maybe they're afraid to divulge because they're maybe just not ready to talk about it yet. And maybe the communication between you is more surface level, but it's still pretty constant. And I feel like if that's the case, it's probably getting to that point. But I do feel like this person enjoys being around you. They enjoy communicating with you. They're pretty independent, but I feel like even in their own independence, they're happy to like give you their time and energy. And I do feel like they have at least voice that they feel grateful to have you in their life. And I feel like they've probably been open about the fact that they try to not let their own mental fears or mental anguish come in between you and them. So let's go ahead and see their like true feelings, if this is resonating, because honestly, I love when I put in so much effort for all this shit, and then it's like, oh yeah, they're like being pretty transparent with you. I feel like if anything, the only, I guess we'll see in the true feelings. We'll wait till then. Okay, so for their feelings, I didn't decide. I was told to use the Wild Unknown Tarot. So we will see what comes out here. Lovers. Yeah, I definitely feel like for a lot of you, this does kind of seem like a more romantic type connection. And now we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, so maybe for some of you, this definitely has been a long process. There's been some trials and tribulations, or maybe because like I feel like this is something that's either been really established, or it's something that's kind of newer and is like, and is kind of like physical evidence for you and this person that through your own healing, you can energetically align with new people. A lot of tens coming through just in my shuffling, but I'm just gonna shuffle it like this one more time. Okay, so Spirit, how does pile one's person, how do they truly feel about pile one, please? Okay, we have the High Priestess. Okay. All right, I'm glad Spirit was like, you better take those. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups. We have the King of Wands in reverse. I want like 2 more, please, Spirit. Knight of Swords again. So yeah, they're definitely like, oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot of just like action-oriented energy towards you. Okay, and we have the King of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. And finally, on the back of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. I don't know why, but this horse reminds me. This is gonna be a very specific movie, but the Barbie movie, Princess and the Pauper, reminds me of the horse. I can't remember his name, but he's a good guy. He helps out a lot, but he has that kind of like mopey demeanor a little bit, but he's sweet. Okay, so for your oracle cards, we have Void of Course Moon, missing. We have number 44, Environment. We have Patience. We have Core. And we have Unicorn. We have Slimy. And, okay, I'm just gonna like put that up there. Okay, and we have Whole. So yeah, honestly, in terms of this person's like actions, they are being as authentic as it feels appropriate right now, because this person actually has pretty deep feelings for you. I mean, the fact that we have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups, and the High Priestess here, I feel like they feel this really deep intuitive connection with you, where they just feel like they've met their match with you. And whether this took, you know, a long process of you two transforming, or if you both have been in these changes recently and you've recently met this person, because I feel like it's like one or the other. It's not some kind of middle ground. It could be, but those are just the vibes I'm picking up on. I feel like this person feels so deeply for you, like so deeply. And these oracle cards really really kind of go to show for me that either you are at a physical distance from this person, or you just maybe don't get to see them very often. So I feel like this person feels like communicating with you is very important. And what I find really interesting about this King of Wands in reverse and this King of Swords in reverse is that they feel a little bit more youthful towards you. And it's kind of interesting. Like, I feel like in some ways this person felt very set in their ways towards, for a lot of you, love, or just relationships in general. But I think that they're realizing through this connection that there were habits and behaviors that maybe they've needed to unlearn. But also an acknowledgement, like for some of you, I do get the vibe that maybe you both are on the younger side. So it's possible that this person feels like they have some maturing to do before they can fully commit to this, like in the sense of like if you're both at a distance, and maybe you're in school, or for others this could be like this person feels like they are unlearning a lot of habits from their parental figures through you, which is really interesting. Because this Void of Course Moon, this person recognizes that for whatever reason, even though they feel aligned with you, the physical circumstances of their environment are not aligning for this connection the way they would like them to. But there's a lot of really precious energy surrounding this. And I feel like this person hasn't really been completely honest about the depth of their feelings for you. Maybe they feel like it's too soon to be honest about that, or maybe they are just not ready to divulge that information. I honestly think the only thing that this person isn't being honest about is the fact that they feel a lot stronger than they're letting on. And the fact that they, especially if this is an old connection, yeah, they want to be this kind of like solid support system for you. And I feel like maybe if they weren't that in the past, if this is an established connection, they do still feel sadness over that. And if this is a newer connection, I think maybe this person is disappointed by the physical circumstances, like especially if this is long distance or something. But I think that they are trying to look on the bright side But I think that maybe they are struggling at this time with some negative thinking. The fact that we have slimy here and environment, I do feel like this person's current environment isn't the most ideal environment for them in some way. And that could literally be because like maybe they haven't cleaned in a while because they've just been having a rough mental health phase. But I also think that this person is kind of grieving in a way, like, but it's not like a legit form of grieving. It's more so like a realization that they were maybe holding themselves back in life, or that they were really doing themselves a disservice by subscribing to these ideals or these beliefs that weren't necessarily serving them in the long term, or that were holding them back in a way. But what's interesting, I honestly see frogs as a very like healing creature. And I think with this slimy card here, I feel like this person sees you as somebody that makes the world feel a little less lonely. It makes the world feel a little less gross. You make this person feel understood. And I feel like what this person is recognizing is that they would rather go through these bouts of missing you. They would rather go through the hardships that may be involved with this connection in order to see this through. I mean, this person has a lot of passion towards you. I mean, we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. And these are faster moving energies. And what's interesting is that like when the moon is void, of course, I feel like it's only that way for like a couple days. So maybe literally like this person is like gone for the weekend and they're like, oh my God, like I miss pile one so much. And you're like, oh my God. And you probably will know if that's them. But like with this whole, like I feel like they see you as like so special and like their whole world. And like that might really freak them out, especially if they've only known you for a little bit. So I feel like this person, especially if they've only known you for a little bit, they're trying to be patient. They're not trying to rush anything, but I feel like they're at the very least, they're making their interest known to you. And that's why that was definitely shown in the actions cards. And I definitely feel like with the Tower and the Nine of Swords, I almost feel like a lot of this stuff was in their past, and they feel safe enough to open up to you about it because either you've had similar experiences. In fact, you might have been listening to that description and felt like that was talking about you. Because there does seem to be, I don't even want to say mirroring, but just matching energy towards one another. Because with this core card, I feel like this person resonates, you both resonate with each other at such a deep level. Like this is definitely an intuitive connection. Maybe you both have psychic abilities or you like bond over that. But like what I'm really seeing here is that with this core card, it's like this person just feels you. Like it doesn't matter where you both are. And it makes their environment, interestingly enough, seem less dark, seem less slimy, because I get the vibe that they view you as somebody very pure or just very precious to them. And I don't even want to say that like you make this person feel whole, because obviously that's not healthy. And I think that this person actually is a pretty healthy person. I mean, obviously like we all have our qualms, but I feel like this person is kind of acknowledging that they have this just very warm, fuzzy feeling around you, and they can almost kind of see their world unfolding with you. And I think for some, especially if this is like a more established connection, maybe one that's been through a lot for a large amount of time, I feel like part of them is afraid that you won't trust them. And I do think they carry a lot of guilt for maybe how they treated you in the past. And I think that they've realized how they could definitely have had a really difficult parental figure. Obviously with the Kings here, I would lean toward it being a father, but it doesn't have to be. I feel like they learned a lot of life lessons that maybe weren't necessarily productive from this person, and it kind of shaped how they believe things. And this connection is forcing them to look at things from a completely new perspective. And I think that this is really refreshing. They feel really passionate about you. They have romantic feelings for you. If this isn't a romantic connection, I'm gonna just say that I think that this person has an intense creative connection with you, where they feel like they can really unleash this creative energy with you. And maybe this is just your bestie and they like miss you, and like their environment is not as fun without you. Like maybe for some of you, you're like roommates or something, and they're just like, oh, I just miss my bestie. But they see you as so special, and they have, I feel like they have a lot of, they've made their own predictions about how this connection will play out. And I think that they feel really confident in them. And I think that this person, with this this King of Pentacles being here, I feel like this person saw their life path and how they could kind of evolve into one of these types of characters. And I don't want to like mold your person down to that, but when it comes to how they approach connections, I feel like there was potential for them to be like a King of Swords, a King of Wands. Maybe they were that in the past, but they're realizing that they want to be a King of Pentacles, in the sense that they want to be someone solid. They want to be there. They want people to trust them. They want to be reliable. And I think that they have had quite a few disappointments in the past, and they might be afraid of telling you about that information because they don't want you to feel, I'm picking this up if this is like a newer connection, they don't want you to feel like you need to kind of overdo it with affirming their presence in your life. I feel like this person does have a slight fear for a lot of you that this won't play out the way they intuitively feel like it will. But with this High Priestess card, like I feel like they acknowledge that these feelings are maybe deeper than they want to let on right now. But I think that, you know, with this Two of Cups, they really see this as the potential for something like really beautiful. And I think that if, like I said, this is a connection that has not been as established, or a connection that has been through a lot, and I would say this is over a decent period of time, they maybe worry that you don't trust them or are withholding secrets from them. But I think overall, the biggest vibe that I'm getting is that this person wants to come towards you. They want to be honest with you, but they're waiting for the right time. And like the right time, it doesn't feel like the right time to be honest about their feelings. I don't think that's going to stop them from like talking to you or communicating with you, because it's very clear that they are. I think they really do enjoy talking with you. And I think that you both probably have very interesting intellectual conversations, or you just vibe really well together, where you guys could just talk for a long time, or when you do talk, you just understand one another. So I feel like this person is just kind of acknowledging that their feelings are real, but the current circumstances around the both of you are very temporary. So they're kind of just waiting for the vibes to feel right to kind of be more honest about this, because they do see you as somebody so special, and they don't want to lose you, or just and I think part of the reason maybe why they haven't been forthcoming is because they don't want to like rush in with too much too soon or something like that. But I do feel like this person wants to make some kind of offer, but I think that they are trying to kind of maintain their composure. And especially if this is like a long distance sort of thing, maybe they're acknowledging that it might take some time. I do feel like if it's long distance, there's definitely the possibility that it's not really about this person. Maybe you know a lot of these things, but this person just kind of deals with their own maybe sadness about being away from you, or sadness about their present environment. And they recognize that it's just disappointing that they have to wait. There might be some impatience there, like the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands are both very impatient, but they are willing to be patient for you, because this is like right for them. So this is really beautiful, and honestly, really refreshing. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I'm just like, you know, I don't want to hear about like this pile's like ex, like I'm over it. Maybe for some of you this is your ex, but if they are, there's been genuine authentic change in them, and there's been enough time passed to where you both have kind of healed from the past, and it's likely that you both have talked about those sorts of things. But yeah, this is a really beautiful energy. And I would say overall, yeah, this person is being authentic with you, but they're also kind of adhering to what the vibe is between you two. And they're also, you know, being kind of tempered in their approach. Like it's temperance energy, Sag energy. It's kind of thinking, you know, acknowledging their feelings, but waiting for the right time to share, waiting for the right time to be honest. But yeah, I feel like you and this person are being vulnerable with each other and are like, or at least at the very least, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but like, I feel like this person is being vulnerable with you. And yeah, they're definitely really, really into you. For sure. And I definitely think that this person doesn't feel like they need to rush anything, because the feelings they have for you are like unmatched, and they're kind of willing to like walk through fire. Oh, that's kind of intense. Or just like wait it out, wait for everything to align, so to speak. So yeah, yes, your person is being authentic. So let's go ahead and pull some advice for you guys before we get into the extended. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 1 when it comes to this connection? Don't stop. A miracle is around the corner. Okay, yeah. So Spirit is saying like, hold your faith in this connection, but also I think that this applies to more than just this connection. I think that this applies to just things in your life. Like, I think it's evident that if this person, especially if this person is a new person, well, I guess it doesn't matter either way. Whether this is a connection that came back into alignment after a lot of healing, or this is a newer person that you just really feel like matches your energy. I feel like, you know, Spirit is saying, don't be afraid of this. Like, you know, keep going, keep working on your healing. It took a lot of healing in general for you to be energetically aligned with this, and you should just be so proud of yourself and how far you've come. We also have listen, silence your mind and pay attention. I definitely think that this is a situation where you need to listen to your heart and not your mind, because our mind can definitely create a lot of fears that are just unnecessary. And I definitely feel like that 9 of Swords energy might be matched. Healing, allow the light to enter your wounds. Yeah, this is light, y'all. Like, this connection is supposed to be healing. I think that this is kind of what this is meant for. And being, you know, we're broken down and cut open to allow this light to enter. And I think that slowly but surely it is. And I think that if you're like, is this too good to be true? Like, is this person... I heard for some of you, you know, maybe you have healed from one or multiple narcissistic connections or relationships where you were love bombed, or you felt these feelings and you're like, I don't know if I can trust this. I've trusted my heart before and it's led me astray. I feel like the Spirit is saying you can trust your heart on this. And intuitively, one thing I also just want to say, and I don't want to use the term narcissist so flippantly, but especially if this is a person with, like, if people in your past were legit, like, narcissistic personality disorder, or very, very self-centered, the feelings that you picked up on in the very beginning were genuine. It's just that people like that are deeply insecure. And so when you're not a shiny new toy anymore, or when they feel like they're not getting the high from your attention anymore, that's when it starts to fade. And then they start to pretend like that's your fault. And it's not your fault. So one thing I want you to understand is that it wasn't that your intuition was wrong. It's you were feeling the vibes correctly. It's just that the way that they operate is not very normal, and they are deeply insecure. And obviously I'm not talking about this person. Like, these are this because when I was saying healing from like something toxic like that, I feel like maybe you both have experienced this and you're both afraid to like trust it. But yeah, there really is nothing to fear here. Finally, Spirit, what? Oh my gosh, okay. So we have 2 more advice cards. We have rest, give yourself time to recuperate, and growth, overcoming limitations. So yeah, Spirit is saying, you know, you don't have to have all this figured out. I think a lot of this, oh my gosh, fuck yes. I just saw the back of the deck. I can't wait to show you. But yeah, this Spirit is saying this situation, like, oh my God, look at how similar it is with this Patience card. You know, Spirit's kind of saying, you know, take this time to gather your bearings, keep healing, keep trusting. You're doing amazing, sweetie. You've been doing amazing. But with this Growth card, overcoming limitations, Spirit's saying that all the limitations that you've overcome already have created this situation for the both of you, whether it's you both learning and healing from your past and coming back together, or you and this person meeting each other and, you know, it just feeling right. Maybe after a long time of things being dry for you, or just feeling like you wouldn't find love, or you wouldn't find even a friend that would connect with you like this. Spirit is really saying, like, this growth is happening. But on the back of the deck, we have your wishes coming true. Celebrate your success. So Spirit is literally saying, like, yup, yes, baby, this is the real deal. You're not crazy. This is something worth exploring. This is something, and like, yeah, this person is not like people in your past that were just love bombing you or treating you like the shiny new toy, because that's what you were until you weren't. But pile 4, oh, do they want you to see this? You are safe. Oh my God, see, look. You are safe. Oh, I'm covering the letters. You are safe. The universe has your back. Like, the Spirit is literally saying, like, we love you. This is like a blessing. Like, trust us, please. Wait, I didn't mean to like cross my fingers. Like, trust us. Like, I'm cross your fingers in a good way, not a bad way. Like, Spirit's being honest with you. I don't know why I did that. That was like a weird reaction. The universe is not crossing their fingers being like, yeah, this will be great. Like, watch them go through some fucked up shit again. I don't feel like that is. I feel like you and this person are healed enough and authentic enough with one another to be real. So I feel like this reading was just to kind of confirm what you were already picking up on. And yeah, so yes, this person, yes, they are authentic. But in the extended, we're going to just see what you need to know about this connection moving forward and just get further advice. So if you want to meet me there, that link will be in the description. But if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me and my channel. But if you're interested in supporting me in other ways, I have my merch and my social medias linked below. Definitely comment down below. Let me know how this resonates. I would love to hear. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you left a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. If not, that's okay. But I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 2. If you guys chose the Black Moonstone, this is going to be your reading. I actually chose, I'm going to use 2 different tarot decks in this video, and I chose them intuitively. Each stone gets 2 different decks. So these are yours. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to start by using the Rainbow Heart Tarot and then oracles that I've already pre-shuffled in order to see what this person's actions are towards you. And then after that, we will look at their genuine feelings to see if they are truly being authentic. And then we'll finish off with some advice. And if it's resonating and you want to know more, I will move over into the extended, where we will see what you need to know about the connection, get some angel numbers related to it, and just some further advice. So that is what we are doing today. And okay, let's go ahead and start. I feel like I shuffled these really well beforehand, but I don't know why. Every time I get on camera, let's turn that up, right? Every time I get on camera, I feel like I need to give her a good shuffle too. Okay, so Spirit, I'm going to take that. Their actions. Okay. So your person's actions, Hierophant, 7 of Cups, Page of Wands. Okay. What else, Spirit? Our pile 2's person's actions towards them at this time. Page of Swords. Pile 2's person's actions towards them at this time, please. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. And on the back of the deck, we have Page of Pentacles. Okay. So let's look at your oracles and see what else is here. So to start, we have the air element, communicating. We have underworld. We have new beginnings. We have the mineral realm. We have enough. We have the pink bubble fairy. And we have the observer. Okay, so signs that I'm seeing just right off the bat, we have Taurus with the Hierophant and Libra, Gemini, Aquarius with the air element here. So I definitely feel like this person, the way that they're acting towards you is a bit confusing. And it's probably evident to you that they're acting a bit, something's not sitting right with you, or it might seem like this person doesn't know what they want, or they might feel like, or you might feel like, really confused by their actions in a lot of ways. We have a lot of pages here. So I definitely think that kind of gives me an idea that this person, no matter what their age is, they might be kind of immature or not really, this connection could be in its infancy, whatever kind, but they might also be like giving you breadcrumbs in a sense in terms of their actions. With the Hierophant here, this person could be really, I heard religious, so they could be very religious. They could also be just traditional in general, or feel constrained. Maybe they're not religious at all, but maybe they feel constrained by a religious environment. I'm getting religion really heavily in a weird way. But I also heard talking a big game. So I feel like you and this person, I feel like this person does communicate with you, but it's probably very sporadically. For some of you, this is definitely not going to resonate for all of you, but for a select few of you, I almost wonder if you're communicating with this person through letters, whether that be because they're in the military or currently like incarcerated. This underworld card just like kind of gives me like incarceration vibes, so that could be the case for a select few of you. I know that won't be the case for all of you, but you know, and some people that are in the military might feel like they're in prison, so that could also be the case as well. But I feel like it's interesting because I feel like this person, the Hierophant is such a heavy energy. The Seven of Pentacles is unbalanced, and we have all these pages here. And I heard talk's a big game, but what's interesting is that the Page of Swords doesn't necessarily talk a big game. It's more just curious. So for some of you, this person could be somebody to talk a big game, but for others, it might be that this person hints towards things. I'm not sure if you have history with this person or not, but it does kind of feel like I'm hearing the Little Mermaid song, Part of Your World. It does seem like this person is removed in some sort of way. So it could have, for some of you, could be that scenario, or for others, it could just be that this person does not feel comfortable being in somebody's life in a solid way, or being in your life in a solid way. I don't even think it's yours. I think I said somebody because it's like anybody. For some of you, I got the vibe that maybe you're at like different schools or something like that, or in different locations. But just the page energy just gives me like school energy. I do feel like this person thinks that they want something more. I don't know. We'll have to see in their feelings, but I do feel like this person does kind of breadcrumb you and leave you confused at times. It's not necessarily a hot and cold energy, but I do feel like they give off this vibe like they want to offer you something deeper. or make steps toward something solid here with this Page of Pentacles. And I almost feel like they alluded to it, but they haven't done it yet. Like with this pink bubble fairy and the Seven of Cups, I really feel like they're good at talking about what they ideally would want, or talking about what they wish for. And I do feel like they talk about wishing for something solid with you, with this mineral realm. But it does kind of seem like they also kind of, you're either aware of it or they make you aware of it, that they're not in a good place, or that they are restricted in some type of way. It does kind of feel like their communication does lack a sort of emotional intensity behind it. It does seem very playful. It seems very, I mean, it could be immature in the sake of immaturity, but it seems immature in the sense of like either this connection hasn't developed and they're just exploring, or they are not the type of person at this time to explore things deeper. And I honestly, one thing that I'm picking up too is that you might actually like pick up on when this person is pulling back, or when they're second guessing maybe things that they've told you. This person might be guilty of like saying things in the moment that they don't actually mean. We'll look at that in their feelings. But I can definitely see why you guys came to this reading, because I do feel like this person watches you from afar, or feels like they're not fully included in your life in some way. And I think that's hard for them. But this definitely seems to be an energy for me, like picking up on you. I think that a lot of this, which first of all, it should confirm it because this is their actions, but I think that maybe you keep this person at arm's length, or you have understood that maybe they don't always follow through, or they can't always give you what you ask for, or be what you need. And maybe you, for example, got tired of like these breadcrumbs. Maybe this person was like kind of pushed out in a way, like they're kind of in the doghouse with this underworld, and they're aware of that. And they might be like, I feel like they might be talking about like having something serious and something fresh with you. Because I mean, the Hierophant is a heavy energy, and I feel like, you know, they might talk about commitment, but then the air element's pretty non-committal, and the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords are definitely not partner material. And with the Seven of Cups, I feel like they maybe go back and forth with that. Like maybe sometimes they come in really heavy, like I want something more with you, I want to see where this goes, and then they don't talk to you for like a couple days, a couple weeks. Like with the Seven of Pentacles, I do get that breadcrumb energy, and maybe they're making you wait. And like, for example, if they are in a place where, because like I could see, like, for example, if this is a military, they know that they can offer more right now, and so maybe they are like super authentic, but just because of the circumstances, they know it can't be something more. And in that case, that wouldn't be like breadcrumbing. I mean, I think if you're writing letters to someone in the military, or that's incarcerated, you know, you can only get so many messages from them. It's not as efficient as like texting or something like that. So there is kind of a waiting process there. And I do think, depending on the situation, you kind of have to remove those energies, or separate the energies I'm talking about. But I feel like for some of you, this person does like talk about something more with you, sees you as somebody that they could commit to, or that they feel like they have some type of spiritual connection with. For some of you, they feel like they need to do things the right way. But I do feel like for a lot of you, they've probably communicated that they wish for something more solid with you. But they have this vibe of not knowing what they want. And I think also maybe they don't think that they're enough, or they have too much on their plate right now. Maybe you're aware of that. But I do feel like they communicate the fact that they want a fresh start with you, or something like that. Sorry, I'm saying so much. Maybe too. Maybe they say these things and then you like call them out on it, and they like stumble over their words, and they're like, but yeah, it seems like their actions are kind of confusing, but at the same time, it's like, I don't feel a ton of emotional investment on your end. Like, you're like, yeah, sure. It kind of seems like you're also emotionally detached from the situation as well, because maybe this person hasn't followed through on their promises in the past, or maybe you're aware that this situation coming together isn't the most likely thing. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. One thing I will note is that Black Moonstone is, oh, my cloud went crazy. It is a stone of psychic protection. So maybe you have been kind of like protecting your energy from this person, or just trying to stay, like, not get yourself hurt by, like, what's the word? Buying into what somebody's saying if you feel like they're not being authentic, I guess is the best way I could say it. But we're gonna move into their feelings now, because like I obviously, just by looking at their actions, I do have vibes like, are they being authentic? Are they not being authentic? I don't know. So we'll look at your oracles in a second, but we are going to use the Good Tarot. Oh, I don't need this here. We're gonna look at the Good Tarot and see what their actual feelings are, like what the genuine truth of the matter of the situation is, and see if this person is being authentic. One thing I will say, and I just feel, I don't have cards to tell me this, it's just the vibes that I'm feeling. Now I do have cards to confirm this. You are very intuitive, and I think that if you feel like you can't completely open up to this person, or that you can't take this person seriously, trust your intuition on that. I do feel like with this High Priestess card here, Spirit is saying that maybe Black Moonstone is a stone that you want to invest in, but you are capable, and you do have the ability to, what's the word? Discern whether something or someone is healthy for you or not. It's interesting because I kind of came into this with the vibe like, oh yeah, this doesn't have to be about love, but for a lot of you, it does kind of seem like you're asking about love connections, if I'm going to be honest. But like I said, it doesn't have to be. So Spirit, what are the true feelings of this person for pile 2? How do they truly feel about this connection, and what do they... Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Swords upright. We have the Five of Swords upright. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, one more, please. We have the Two of Cups. And on the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. Alrighty. Actually, I want to pull a clarifier for this Two of Cups real quick. And when I do that, I don't know if the Nine of Cups will remain in the back of the deck energy, but I just want to see. Spirit, can you clarify this Two of Cups for me, please? Seven of Cups. Okay, yeah, same energies. Okay, in the back of the deck is the Three of Swords. That makes more sense. That is what I needed. And this example right here is exactly why I wanted to use 2 separate tarot decks for every single pile. Because if you can see already, we have 2 synchronicities here. You had both the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in the last spread. And I think that these show, first of all, that you are picking up on the vibes correctly. And secondly, there are, what's the word? Bird is the word. I don't know, maybe this person watches Family Guy. That there's continuity with like the energy that I'm picking up. Okay, sorry, I'm going so slow. Maybe like this person. Okay, let's look at the oracles now. So we have the first house with the body. We have power. we have compassion. I want to switch these. Yeah, that's better. We also have justice. A lot of air energy with the King of Swords again, and Libra with justice. We have gratitude. We have the Fool, or just Fool. It's not technically the Fool. And we have nest. Okay. I'm going to put the Fool here and move this up and put the nest right here. Sorry, I really am going, I feel like I'm not typically this slow, but yeah, I feel like this is especially important because you're right to feel kind of like insane about this connection and unsure and confused. And this is an excellent example of where it's like this and that are true, or that truths can coexist. This person, the way that they feel about you, I want to start with this Two of Cups, is that they definitely do see the potential for something more here. What's underneath here? Queen of Swords. Yeah, they see you as an equal in a lot of ways. And I think that scares the hell out of them. But also I think that maybe for some of you, this person had like a really intense ex in their past that left them really heartbroken. And for some of you, this isn't an ex. For some of you, this is a mother, like a very overbearing mother that honestly could be like, could or was like maybe almost could have been very full of themselves, very like narcissistic. I don't like to use that term flippantly, but it could just be a very overbearing mother for some of you. I don't know why I'm getting that energy specifically, but that it is. It seems like they see, and not only see, but feel those romantic feelings for you. But the thing is that they come off as flighty, as giving you breadcrumbs, as maybe not necessarily hot and cold, but as like untrustworthy with what they say. And that is because they are self-serving. And so it's like they don't want to lie to you. And maybe this person has lied to you, but I almost feel like it's not that this person has actually lied to you. I think that they have gone back on things that they promised, or given you one energy 1 second and then completely switched it up, and then it just like leaves you confused, and you're just like, I don't know what this person is doing here. So I think for you, I'm definitely picking up on the vibe that you're like, I can't really trust this person. They're kind of exhausting. I feel like they are confused by their feelings, because with the King of Swords and the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles in reverse, they do see something solid with you. But the problem is that they're not committed to the action that it would take to make it work. They are not willing to meet you halfway. They're not willing to concede their shortcomings. They're not willing to concede their needs. This person, and I do also want to mention that somebody who is raised by narcissistic parents, or parents that are just really overbearing and hard on them, they don't necessarily have to be narcissistic or anything like that. They could just be like maybe emotionally neglectful. There's a lot of different situations. This person is pretty detached from their emotions. They don't really feel emotions very often, and they feel confused when they do feel emotions. So you're not wrong to pick up that what they are saying about their feelings for you, which maybe they don't say anything about their feelings at all, because when we looked at their actions, there wasn't very much, what's the word? Bird is the word. Why does that keep coming through? There's not very much, the only Cups card was the Seven of Cups. So I think that you pick up on the fact that there is something deeper there that maybe they're not acknowledging. And I think that this person, I'm going to say this, and like, it's probably not going to feel very consoling, but I think you need to hear it to understand what this type of person is. This person is definitely a manipulative type of person who isn't really authentic typically, and they have no problem telling people exactly what they want to hear to get what they want from them. That's why instead of getting like the sweet talking, charming version of them that probably comes out maybe when they're drinking or when they have, in their eyes, I just heard a moment of weakness. So definitely in their eyes, they view emotion as weakness, and they're viewing it as, yeah, like a moment of weakness. They open up about that, but when they're in sound mind and they feel ready to again, they completely shut that off. And what's interesting about this Three of Swords being on the back of the deck, they could certainly have been affected by a past heartbreak, but I think that they just have a heart that's never been given love. They don't know what love really looks like. I think love is something very foreign to this person, and they don't trust it. And it's incredibly important to them that they are in their own power, because this is the type of a person that needs control over situations. And with first house, the body, this is all about the self. The first house is very, it's typically where, not typically, it is where like your rising sign is and things like that. So maybe they're a different sun, but they have an air rising. And I think it's interesting that this comes up because, the first house is all about confidence and like standing in yourself. And I don't feel like this person is very confident. I feel like they do put on a front. And I feel like the reason why this person doesn't like come out and be honest with you about like all they're going through and stuff like that is because, first of all, they can't be honest with themselves. Like even this King of Swords like wears a mask. But then on top of that, they don't want to make any sudden moves because they're very afraid of losing you forever. And you do whatever you want. If you want to walk out of this person's life and be like, I deserve better, go off, king or queen, whatever royalty you identify as or like to be called. But with this Five of Swords, I feel very like called to tell you that this person is, when push comes to shove, they're going to choose themselves first. So be aware of that. The reason why even though they do have feelings for you, they do see you as an equal, that's very confusing and very scary because they don't process things through their emotional body very well, if at all. So your connection likely maybe opened that up to them, and that alone is very uncomfortable. But it's almost like maybe for some of you, they just can't stay away because they do feel drawn to you. And I do feel also called to say that it is not your responsibility to heal this person. It is not your responsibility to like mess with their bullshit. But I feel like you're one of the few people that they actually feel a sense of security around. And that's partially because they know that they hold the power in the situation. Maybe you took that back recently or something like that. But with this nest here, I do feel like they feel a sense of safety with you. You're likely very compassionate. For some of you, like I just heard empath narcissist paradigm. And if you're an empath, you'll know you will attract narcissistic people like a moth to a flame. And, I've also experienced things like this, that it's common. It's just, it's part of it. And until you heal a lot of things in yourself, you will continue to attract these types of people. But it also is important, it needs to be said that you're not crazy in thinking that this person doesn't have feelings for you, because this person doesn't typically have feelings at all. Let's be clear on that. So the fact that they feel anything is huge and should be acknowledged so that you don't feel like, don't shame yourself about this situation, because you're right in thinking, not thinking, and knowing that there is something deeper there, because there is. But this person definitely seems unwilling to explore it, at least at this time. They have this energy of, yeah, look at that. Well, look what's underneath the Queen of Swords. Transformation in reverse. This is the Death card. They recognize, they see you clearly. They understand who you are, but they're not willing to make those changes yet. They don't feel ready to be the person that you would need in order to actually provide you something deeper. With this Three of Swords here, you know, typically the Three of Swords is the heartbreak card, but I don't feel like this person is heartbroken. I feel like this person over intellectualizes. Oh God, that was weird. I just saw like a weird mist in the room. Welcome, whatever you are. Anyway, they don't feel, period. So the fact that they even feel compassion and gratitude towards you, I think goes, like, compassion and gratitude for you is like the Two of Cups for them. And like the Two of Cups is so much deeper than that, but like that is a big step for them. And, you know, feel free to roll your eyes, be like, I'm so done with this bullshit, I can't deal with this person. You're totally entitled to all of it. But I'm also going to give you their perspective and give you all of it, because I feel like sometimes it's really hard to trust what's going on, or you just feel like crap because the people around you will be like, you know, they're a piece of shit, you don't need them, you can do better, or that like, don't waste your time with them, like they don't care about you and things like that. And it's like, well, no, they do care about you, but they care about themselves more, and their ego is very, very strong, and their need to stay in control is very strong as well. And in terms of maturity, the first house, like, you know, Aries energy, Aries is the child of the zodiac. And I think that this person was wounded as a very young child, and they have a lot of things that they have not healed. Once again, I am getting the vibe for a select few of you that this person is incarcerated, with the Justice card being here. Like they are, you know, at the mercy of the justice system as well. And so they know that they can't, that you maybe deserve more, and they don't want to put that out there. But they do feel a sense of home with you, with Nest. And maybe you left that energetic Nest, that energy. But this person, you have to know, does feel things towards you, feels compassion towards you, which is huge for them. Not most people, but for them. And they are grateful for you. But at the same time, they don't blame you for pushing them away or not giving them the time of day, because they feel stupid acting the way they do around you. Because if you're like going through this and you're thinking like, what, like, you might honestly gaslight yourself, where you are like, I know there's something more here, and then things happen and you're like, you're such an idiot, like I can't believe you would believe that, like of course they would do this. And the thing is you have to tell yourself in situations like this and that are true. And when you have such a big heart and you do feel so compassionately for someone, you do feel so strongly for someone, if at all, maybe you don't anymore because of everything that's gone on, it's not because you're just an idiot who's easily manipulated. You're not. You're picking up on what they're putting down much better than they realize. You're picking up on things that they're not even picking up on because they're so afraid. And so you feel what's truly going, you feel the inner truths, but this person doesn't really feel at all. So what's major and intense for you is like a little chip on their shoulder for them, because it's not their inclination to process emotions or go about things in an emotional way. And so with the Seven of Pentacles here, it's like they do, like they don't want to, like they're not ready. It's interesting because it's not the Eight of Pentacles, because the Eight of Pentacles is about work, right? And the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. It's like they are trying to buy themselves as much time as possible because they're confused about this. They don't know what they want to do yet. They're not ready to take their mask off, be authentic. And they know that if they make a decision too quickly or they do something, they might miss out on something. It's like they want it, but they don't. It's complicated, truthfully. But with this Five of Swords here, I feel like it's incredibly important that you know that when it comes to this person and whatever you're involved in, you need to choose yourself first. Because this person, while they're not outright lying to you, they're definitely not being authentic in the sense that they probably haven't opened up. You've probably inferred a lot of the things that they've been through and recognized that they're maybe very detached from their emotions. But you cannot set yourself on fire to keep this person warm. You are not this person's caretaker. You are not their healer. They have to do that on their own. And if this situation is causing you more stress, is making you feel unloved, then it is definitely not a situation that you want to be in. And I think, this person does feel dumb for how they've acted. They do feel stupid, but their need to be in control, to have power, is too strong. And while that comes from a place of trauma doesn't excuse behavior. Nobody leaves this earth unscathed. And, we're not responsible for our trauma, for the things that happen to us, but we do have a responsibility to heal that ourselves. And I think that this person has some maturing to do and has some, honestly, rough life lessons to learn. And you don't deserve to have to sacrifice your own well-being just to satisfy this person. So, are they being authentic? Yes and no. Because you pick up on the vibes that they're putting out. You know that they see something more, that they do want something deeper, deep down. But that only comes when they're vulnerable. And this person sees vulnerability as weakness. And that is not something that they are comfortable exploring at all. So instead of being upfront with you, they probably keep things very surface level. And they try to maybe keep things lighthearted, jovial, maybe flirt with you a little bit, and maybe hint at something deeper, but they never follow through, and they don't go very deep. Because this person is used to being up in the air. They don't go down in the water. They're not used to that, Oh my God, why is a Barbie movie coming through again? I'm literally thinking of how Fairytopia, she gets her wings, and then we go to Mermaidia, and she's got to do some crazy ass shit to get rid of her wings so that she can get a mermaid tail, It's like this person would have to literally transform and do crazy ass shit in order to be available to you. And if you're ready for a relationship or you're ready for something deeper, I don't think that this person is going to provide that at this time. I could be wrong. It's going to be different for all of you. And truthfully, if this is your ride or die, if you want to stick it out to the end, that's on you. That you do that. And that, don't let me dissuade you. You have to do what feels right to you. You have free will. But I will say that this person is definitely leaving a lot of things unsaid, is definitely giving you breadcrumbs because they are self-serving. They are afraid. They are focused on them and standing in their power and not giving it away. And while they do have these compassionate feelings towards you, they are grateful for you, they are not able to look beyond that at this time and kind of surrender those ego defenses and do the healing required to be in a more authentic connection. And so I forgot the rest of the point of what I was trying to say. God damn it. Yeah, they just can't. They're, 5, 7, 7, they're unbalanced. And 3. They're very unbalanced. And even that 16 reduces to a 7. And that only 2. You are the only thing that makes this person feel slightly balanced. And I think they pick up on that energy. And I think that they're able to feel more secure. Your energy is kind of addicting to them, if I'm going to be honest. And it's almost like if you've been pushing them away, if you've been like, you know, being honest with them, it's almost even a little bit more addicting because that's what they thrive on. And if you're if you're physically intimate with them, I definitely really like your body. I'm gonna be honest. And like, and they like you more than that, but I definitely think that if this started out as like a friends with benefits thing, they were not anticipating anything deeper with you, and maybe they felt these things. And I don't know, sorry, I'm playing with this. Fire quartz could be a stone that you may want to get as well, or maybe some snowflake obsidian, which is right here. But yeah, they're just not being authentic in the sense that, one, they feel it as best as they can, and two, they're not ready for those feelings, and they're afraid of what may happen if they're honest about how they truly are, if they take their mask off and they're authentic about the fact that they're, one, deeply insecure, two, deeply hurt, and that they're not ready for the healing that something like a committed relationship or committed connection requires. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys some advice, and we'll just see what Spirit wants you to know. And I'm cutting the deck right now. We have caution, keep your guard up, and I think that is absolutely something that you need to hear, because like, one thing you also need to understand, that it's not you, it's them. And I know that's like the most eye-rolling phrase ever, but it literally like is not you. Like, it is this person, and you know, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, it is this person. But let's go ahead and get you some advice moving forward. Spirit, what do you need pile 2 to know about this connection? What advice do you have for them moving forward? We have heart, emotions, and intuition. And I think I said this before. You kind of, I picked up on the fact that you're probably keeping this person at arm's length, or you're just kind of over their shit. And I think that like you need to trust your intuition when it comes to this situation, but don't let it cloud you. We also have fire, transformation, rebirth, renewal. What else, Spirit? Okay. So we have change, new season of life, growth, and caution flew out. Keep your guard up. And on the back of the deck, we have forgiveness, set yourself free. So here's what I think this advice is saying. This person is not beyond reproach. They definitely could rise to the occasion, heal, and become somebody more authentic. But what Spirit needs you to understand is that is going to take time, like time. And it's not your job to sit around and wait. And Spirit's saying, we're not saying that you have to cut them out of your life forever, or that you have to, like, you know, do something drastic or feel stupid or anything like that. But Spirit is saying, in your heart, you know what you deserve. And I think that you know that you deserve more than what this person can give you. And so, and maybe this person needs to lose you to heal and to understand that. And so what Spirit is saying, follow what your heart is truly saying. Detach from your emotions clearly so that you can see what your heart is truly saying. Because your heart and your emotions are two different things. You know, you can feel emotionally attached to someone, but you're deep down in your heart, you know that they can't give you what you deserve. And with this fire, this is your sign to follow what sets you on fire. And sometimes what sets us on fire is pure burning anger and hatred for a person. Or maybe not hatred, but anger. Allow that fire to fuel you and focus on your transformation, on your glow up. Because this person, what you're capable of, they're also capable of as well. But I think that it's definitely a whole different ballgame. And their process may be a lot slower. But Spirit is saying that this situation has given you the opportunity for a lot of growth, and you already have grown a lot, but there's even more growth coming, and that when you make changes, you're going to see those changes reflected in your reality. And Spirit is saying, you know, with this forgiveness, you don't have to forgive this person, but you do have to forgive yourself, because you're not an idiot, you're not stupid, you're not a loser, a weenie, whatever you want to call yourself, for loving this person, for being compassionate towards this person. That's something that they haven't had, and they're going to learn what it's like to lose it, for some of you, if I'm being psychic enough to predict it. But Spirit is saying that you have to forgive yourself, because you've just been doing the best you could with the knowledge you've had. But Spirit is saying that when it comes to this situation, you do need to be cautious, and you do need to protect yourself first. And I would say as well, you need to focus on your psychic protection as well. And that just means protecting your energy, because I feel like even if this person is at a distance from you, I think that they think about you a lot. Because we had that observe card with actions, and I think that you intuitively pick that up. So it's incredibly important for you that if it's hard for you to focus on you, focus on your fire, that you know, you can call on Archangel Michael to help you cut cords that don't serve you, or just at the very least keep you focused on what you need to do. But Spirit is saying make the changes that you want to see. But you're going to overcome all of these problems, you know? You got to have rain to help you grow. And what comes after rain is rainbows. So trust your intuition. Trust what your heart is telling you, because it will not lead you astray. And I think that it's you weren't wrong in exploring this. It's literally just that things run its course, and we need to learn things from people, and then you realize, oh, I need more than this. I need something more substantial. And I think that that is the case with this person. So are they being authentic? Sort of, but not really. They're not even really being authentic with themselves, if that makes you feel better. But this literally has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And I will say that you have definitely made an impact on this person. And you're not just a number. You're not just some little toy that they played with. You're not a marionette doll and they're pulling the strings. They might like to think that, but they're not. In fact, that this person is a lot more afraid of you than you are of them, in the sense that you make them feel things that they never feel. But you deserve way more than what this person can give you at this time. And this is like my personal opinion. I just think that you deserve a whole lot more than this. And I feel like this person won't be authentic with the fact that they can't truly provide that, solely because they are afraid of losing you. So pile 2, I'm going to leave this reading here. We're going to take it over the extended, and we're going to look deeper into what you need to know about this connection. But if you're leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me and my channel. If you want to support me in other ways, I'll have my merch linked below, as well as my social medias. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you left a like. If it resonated, I would love to hear, maybe give some support to other pile 2s going through this. And if you want to, I'd love it if you subscribed and click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. No pressure though, it's absolutely fine if you don't want to. But thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you guys chose the Sunstone stone, this is going to be a reading on, is this person being authentic or not? So I decided to choose all of the tarot decks for each stone intuitively. So you'll have a separate deck for their feelings, but we're going to start by using the Affirmators Tarot and oracles that I've already shuffled to look at this person's actions towards you, and then we will look at their feelings, and we'll finish off with some advice. And if it's hitting pretty hard, after that I'll take it over to the extended, where we will look at what you need to know about this connection moving forward, relevant angel numbers, and get some further advice. So I'm looking forward to seeing what is to come through here. If you felt drawn to any of the other 2 piles previously, I will say that they were very different energies. So just if that's helpful, not in a good or bad way, just different. So I'm intrigued to see what's going to come out here. I don't know why. I feel like I can't stop shuffling. I'm like a shuffly shuffler today. Okay. Spirit, what are pile three's person's actions towards pile three, please? Okay, Ten of Swords. Oof. What are pile three's? King of Swords. Oh, this is like the cutest King of Swords I've ever seen. Like, justice for King of Swords. Like, oh, so cute. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, Spirit, what are pile? Okay, we have the Hierophant. We have Judgment. And we have the King of Pentacles. And on the back of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. I'm probably gonna, maybe it'll be better over here. It feels weird, but like, I'll do it. Okay, and then if that's the case, I'll move this King of Pentacles over. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your oracles now. Let's see what's coming through here. So to start, we have the 5th house, creativity. We have the Observer, and we have leadership. We also have creativity again, or creative. And we have rainbow transference. I might be saying that wrong. We also have the moon. And we have entwined. Okay, we're gonna have to kick Miss Four of Pentacles off the deck. Oh, Ace of Pentacles underneath that, okay. T, Spirit. All right, we'll put the Four of Pentacles. We'll just like put it right there. Sorry if that's visually displeasing. I just don't want to fix it. Okay, so I am getting a very distinct vibe right away for a select group of you that chose this pile. This could be a work thing. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but from what I'm seeing with how this person acts towards you, oh my God, this is even more interesting. If this is a workplace thing, I feel like this person acts reserved around you in public. And I noticed there's these little birds on top of this hippo here. And I definitely think that this person is, well, this doesn't have to be a workplace thing, but I'm just going to say this before I forget it. If this is a workplace thing, they are definitely more withdrawn and withheld when there's people around, because it's like they don't want a little birdie to know what's going on. Like, there might be gossipers around you, and that doesn't even have to be a workplace thing, but this person might be reserved about what they think of you or their actions about you around, or just their opinion of you in general around other people, because they don't want people to talk. But in terms of their actual their other actions towards you, because this is like less so action, this is more like being withheld. This person, I think, in some way has communicated to you that they've gone through a rough time, and they've definitely gone through a time of a lot of growth. And it's interesting because it really doesn't feel like this Ten of Swords relates to you and this person's connection, whatever it may be. It's possible that there has been some history there and there was some type of ending. But the interesting thing is that I really feel like this is representative of the both of you, in the sense that you both have just been dealt with betrayal, dealt with just really horrible things. I'm hearing divorce. So for some of you, you could have gone through a divorce. This person could have gone through a divorce. But I feel like this person is typically very cool and aloof. And I definitely think, because I am getting this vibe with this leadership card here, like for some of you, this is definitely like a boss or somebody that is in a leadership position. Doesn't necessarily have to be a boss. It could be like just a position of power for some of you. For others, it could just be that this person initiated all the action towards you, maybe initiated this connection. But this person, they are very cool and aloof. Like, I'm seeing air and earth energy here. Taurus with the Hierophant. We have the fixed signs of the Wheel of Fortune. So that is Scorpio, Taurus, again. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. And the 5th house is Leo energy. We also have the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So that's earth and air, which I said, but that would be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Anyway, I feel like this person, when they talk to you, it's like they could be the scariest person ever. They could be like super intimidating, but they come across so sweetly towards you. I feel like they really, they might have to pretend like they don't really care or anything like that. But oh my gosh, this King of Swords just gives me such a sweet energy. Like, I'm just like, oh, justice for King of Swords. He gets too much shit. Which, I mean, like, trust me, I've given the King of Swords in plenty of readings, plenty of shit. But like, this King of Swords to me is just so... I feel like there's been a lot of transformations with this person where maybe at one point they were very emotionally cold and very closed off, but they've transformed a lot. And I feel like they've told you about this. I feel like they've been kind of upfront about their life and like what they've been going through. But things, I feel like this person coming into your life was like a blessing or almost like a stroke of luck. They seem to be very dependable towards you. Like, they are pretty upfront and apparent. Maybe some of you, you're at a distance, so they have to observe you from afar, and maybe you can only like communicate. You can't see each other physically. For others, I feel like if you do, for example, work in the same environment or are just in each other's space, this person likes to watch you, and you may catch them like looking at you. For some, they may like talk about that they find you attractive, or you just pick up that vibe. I feel like you can definitely tell that this person has been through a lot, or they've overcome a lot, and they have just kind of grown from that. I do feel like you meeting this person or you getting to know this person was kind of an awakening. It was like, I like that it's like 10/5/20, because I think that you and this person have both been following a spiritual path of some kind, and you both connect with that. Even with the moon here, I feel like there's an intuitive connection here, but I almost wonder if for some of you, maybe you haven't talked about feelings or things like that yet, which we'll get there later. But there's definitely things that are left unsaid between the both of you, maybe because this is newer, or because, you know, maybe you are colleagues, or there could, you know, workplace things. I'm just getting workplace so heavy for some of you, and like it being a conflict of interest of some kind. And so maybe you show each other, like, maybe you spend more time with each other in creative ways, or you show each other what you're thinking or feeling through creative ways, or you have creative ways of communicating. Like, maybe most people are scared of this person, but they're like so sweet to you, or they just maybe they give you a little like like a special treatment. I was about to say nepotism, and then I was like, wait, ew, that's just like not okay. Gotta pay attention to my words. But like, yeah, like maybe they just like will do you little favors. Like, I had to go back to the workplace example. Like, maybe they'll make sure that you have like the best schedule, or get you like the best like office chair or something like that. Like, they definitely, like, there's a little favoritism, not nepotism, favoritism. Yeah, the nepotism thing would be oof. Not cool. But yeah, I think that things with this person, like, it almost feels like it was just kind of meant to happen. But I also think that this person is very respectful with you. If you're dating this person, I definitely think that they are going in a tradition, they're like approaching you in this situation in a traditional manner. I definitely think that this person has communicated that they see a higher purpose with you. I think that's been acknowledged, and I think that you definitely could be in a commitment with this person already, or it seems like things are heading there. With this Judgment card, though, I think that this person has either acknowledged this, or you both have acknowledged this, but like it kind of seems like your presence in one another's lives is like humbling, and it's just like kind of the sun is coming out, like the things in terms of their actions, it seems like they're showing you things like how you deserve to be treated and how you're so much more than what you think you are, and that you deserve so much more. And with this King of Pentacles here, I do feel like this is somebody solid, reliable, could be pretty well off, especially if they're like a boss. Like they're steadfast, they're mature, and I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, it's either like they've either made it clear to you, like, especially if you're dating, that like they're not letting go of this. Oh my god, I'm hearing like Titanic, like Rose, like, I'll never let go. Like, hopefully it's not like that. But I also think that they view this connection as kind of sacred. Like, they don't want it to be viewed as a commodity, like it's special to them. And maybe they withhold details from other people, probably because they're just not the type of person to be very mushy gushy or like sentimental. It kind of seems like they're the type of person to leave those details at home. They're not the type of person to like talk about like their love life, and I think that if this is like a conflict of interest type thing, I don't think that conflict of interest is stopping them, but maybe you both have to keep it a secret or something like that. I do get that energy. What I really love here, though, is that there really does seem to be a mutual exchange of energy between the two of you, and like you both recognize that this isn't just like lust or attraction. This is something deeper. And maybe for some of you, if you are at a distance, like maybe you and this person are waiting to meet, but it's just like obvious that there's something there. With the creative thing here, I feel like maybe if you are at a distance, this person has creative ways of showing you that they care about you, or creative ways of expressing how they feel about you. I honestly, I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going to come through feelings, but or they may have just creative ways of showing their interest in you if you aren't like dating. But I do feel like they kind of take the lead in this connection. Maybe they were the first to instigate it. Maybe they were the first to reach out, whatever it may be. And with this Entwined card, like this is kind of the same energy as the Rainbow Transference. I feel like whether you're in the same physical location or not, I feel like you guys talk very regularly. I feel like there's a lot of similarities between you two. Whether that's interests, so like creative interests, I'm hearing music, and maybe you both like work for yourselves and have like creative endeavors that you that are very similar, that kind of combine. But it almost kind of seems like, yeah, like this person came in for a reason, and I feel like they've brought with them a lot of good luck, or they've just brought a lot of good energy. They seem to be pretty solid and reliable. And I think that their actions towards you have given you a lot of awareness of maybe where past people didn't treat you quite right. But yeah, with this 5th house creativity, I feel like this person, especially if they're in the same like vicinity as you, they might like to show off or like get your attention. But I think you and this person have a lot of fun. I think that is like the core thing. You and this person have so much fun. And I think that, oh, and even I forgot, this card correlates with the 6 of Cups. So I think that you and this person connect with your inner children. So it really doesn't matter like if there's an age difference or where you both are at in life. It's like you both connect on that soul, like inner child level. And I think that you both are not afraid to be goofy and fun with one another. And it's like, you know, a gorilla seems pretty serious, but like here he's showing up as this like, you know, he's got this cute little pink cape and he's like all like, oh, here's my sword. Like he's so precious. And I think that like, you know, this person the way they act towards you is that they feel more free. Like they're still serious. They're still like an adult, but they feel free to kind of let that part of themselves free around you. They feel free to be like, to be silly and to be open and to be weird and to just have fun. Like this is a really beautiful energy, and I feel like you and this person just have a lot of fun. Maybe you have really good rapport with one another. Like I said, for some of you, you may have to communicate or express things in creative ways, but I also think you both inspire one another creatively, and I think that this person probably is in a creative type profession or has creative interests. Like if it's not a creative profession, I think that they have creative interests in common with you. Maybe that's how you first like started bonding or something like that. But yeah, with the moon card, maybe this person doesn't always reveal everything, but they are pretty open. They're incredibly intuitive, and I think that yeah, for some reason I'm just picking up that a lot of people are either intimidated by them or like afraid of them. And I feel like one thing too is that they're just very like open and accepting of you. Like they're kind of allowing you to show them who you are rather than projecting what they would want you to be. And yeah, this is a good energy so far. So fingers crossed things are good with the feelings, because like I'm gonna be crushed if it's not. Like this is good energy, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, their actions are definitely withheld at times. Like maybe they're not fully apparent, or maybe like even that Four of Pentacles, like I said, if this is like a distance type thing, they're saving money in order to be able to come see you, or like vice versa. Or maybe they're just not able, they hold on to the few physical things that remind them of you, or they have to I don't know, or maybe they haven't told people and they're like in their physical world about it, because you know they just don't want to deal with like other people's opinions or what they might say, like because it really doesn't matter, it's about them and you. But to look at their feelings, we are going to use the Weaver Tarot, I believe it's called. It's like by Threads of Fate. Actually, the Oracle deck with the Observer card on it is made by the same people. So this is their tarot deck. I think they have a couple versions of it, but this is the one that I have. I think it's like the Journey edition or some shit like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. Spirit, what are pile three's person's true feelings for pile three? Okay, Two of Wands. For pile three's Seven of Wands. Pile three's person's true feelings. Seven of Swords. Okay, I need to clarify that for sure. Spirit, can you clarify the Seven of Swords, please? Devil. I need one more. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so Spirit, then how about, let's keep going. Pile three's true feelings. So we have the High Priestess and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. Let me get one more. Pile three's person's feelings. Ten of Swords. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, on the back of the deck, the Eight of Wands. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. So how am I gonna put this? Okay, I'm gonna do, yeah, definitely for some of you, this work thing is coming through really, really heavy. What's underneath that? Three of Wands. Okay, and underneath that, need one. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards before we really get into it. Okay, so we have Jupiter, abundance. We have moderation. We have soul work. We have weather. And we have warmth. Put this over here. We also have seer. We have fear that the light will bring judgment. Okay. This is like, so I'm getting two distinct vibes here. The reason why this like work thing is coming through so heavily is because the stakes surrounding it are so high. And so for some of you, if the actions resonate and the feelings I'm about to talk about don't, I would definitely say that like, because like if you feel authenticity from them, if you feel like they're being straight up, I would trust that. Because like their actions did seem very like, very genuine. But like we have no cups here. So we're talking about their feelings, but it's not about their feelings in this case. So let me just talk about what I'm talking about first. So with the Two of Wands here, this person wants to explore this with you. And with the Seven of Wands, they're actively aware that this may not be easy, in the sense that maybe family won't approve, maybe they will get criticism from other people, maybe like there's kind of an acknowledgement that they have to fight for this if they want it. And with the Seven of Swords, the Devil, and the Eight of Coins, this is the intense energy that I'm getting, because this person doesn't have Seven of Swords energy to me. But I think that this person really cares about their own prestige, especially in the workplace if they are a leader. And so I feel like for a very long time they've been attached to their work. But also, I do think with this Ten of Swords and this Ten of Wands here, like I heard that divorce thing, for some of you, this person is very cognizant of the fact. So this, okay, I get it now. So this isn't this person's genuine feelings for you. We kind of saw that in their actions. This is the outside circumstances, their thoughts, their fears, and the things that maybe they don't tell you about because they don't want to worry you. They don't want to put that on your plate. Because I feel like if you're already involved with this person, there's a clear idea that there's something more here. And it's even confirmed in these oracle cards. But I think that there's more so an important message about kind of what this person is going through and their perspective. So I do feel like maybe partially they're afraid that they could get in like trouble if this happens. And they almost feel like maybe they're giving in to an impulse, and they might even view their feelings for you as like them sacrificing what they've worked for, or sacrificing their strict ethical or moral code. Because this person does kind of seem to be a workaholic, and it does kind of seem like they have used their job as a way to kind of escape maybe their vices for some of you. For others, it definitely seems like they, because like we have the Devil and the Eight of Coins here, like the Eight of Pentacles is always like work to me. And it's like they're actively wanting to discover or explore further something that would typically be blocked. And so they have to be more creative about it. And that involves going against the odds. But the thing is that with this High Priestess here, they're following their intuition, and they're seeing clearly, like there's something deeper here. And so I guess going back to that tangent I was saying before I started, you know, if there aren't high stakes around this connection, if there aren't people that would be very judgmental or very harsh, or like would create problems, or like just people knowing about this connection would create problems, then I'm willing to bet that if the first part resonated hard for you, that's probably the only part that's like important for you to know, because it's a general reading and there's always so many situations, like there's nothing here really indicating feelings. And I think that this message is kind of, I feel like it's going to draw a lot of people in, because the first part is more like understandable of what would come from two people being reciprocally into one another. And I feel like, you know, if I'm talking about these feelings or this situation and that part's not resonating, this is an important example of take what resonates, because this person is like, essentially what's coming through here, like, are they being authentic? Yeah, I feel like they're being authentic, but they're like really afraid of telling other people about it or being open to other people about what this is. So they may be being authentic with you and not with the outside world because of what that might involve. But if you're open about your connection or you don't see any reason for them to hide it, I would say probably only the first part is relevant to you. So just be aware of that. Because I know sometimes, like, when things seem good and that's like not, it's like, I'm a pair of talking hands. Don't let my general reading discount your true feelings. I don't know you and this person. I don't know what your full situation is. Just take what resonates, because this seems to be such a workplace oriented thing. Like, there's really high stakes here. And for a lot of you, I did not feel like with their actions, I mean, I definitely did pick up the high stakes, but that wasn't for all of you. Like, I could just see that maybe this person was more mature and there might be obstacles in the sense of distance, or, you know, just being open with somebody is hard. But back to my point. Okay, so that's my disclaimer. If this part doesn't resonate, that's absolutely okay. If it trust your own feelings first, because this does seem to be so around that particular situation, and I don't want to discount what other people are experiencing. So this person is kind of carrying some guilt about this, and I think that they are very afraid. Like, it's almost like they know something will end if they go public about this connection. They know that they're keeping it a secret, and they are very afraid of what those consequences might be. I mean, fear that the light will bring judgment. It's like they have their feelings, but they're weighing that against what other people will think, potential consequences. I mean, it could affect them financially. And so I also feel like with this moderation card, maybe they've kind of expressed this to you, but they don't really kind of go into how deeply it might weigh on them. But I also think that they approach this connection with moderation, and they try not to promise things that they can't follow through with. I mean, even with this weather card, like, it kind of seems like there's some stormy things to overcome with this. And with this soul work card and the high sage, this person does see a soul connection with you. This is an excellent example of where this is like a more spiritual connection and something that most people would be judgmental of and wouldn't understand. Because in a lot of cases, people would say, oh, you know, they're just manipulating you, or but that's really not the case, because their actions, like, are so warm. Like, I trust my intuition on this, and I'm like, this is definitely like a case where, you know, like, this person is recognizing that you're a blessing in their life. They feel like you're a blessing in their life, and like, so many doors are opening by being around you. And with this seer card, I think that you've definitely created a psychic awakening for them, or triggered something. It's like their third eye is open about you, and like, they know that there's something more there. And I think the most important card here is this warmth card. It's like they feel passion for you. They feel something deep for you. And it's that more devastating in the sense that this person, like, will either have to make some kind of sacrifice, face the potential of heartbreak. But this is an action card, and I feel like this person is actually really willing to face the consequences of whatever happens. I think that they're just aware of that they're going to look really selfish, and that they feel selfish in the sense that by choosing this connection, the people around them may look at them negatively. They may feel like they're choosing something poorly, or that they're throwing away their career or throwing away something for that. But there's a higher purpose that this person recognizes. But I think that they are afraid of what embracing this connection will actually look like, which is why they're not open to it yet, or open to being honest with people about it yet. but there's something about you that like they just feel drawn to and they can't help. But this person could definitely have Capricorn energy. We see that here with the devil. And like this person does seem to be very like rule oriented, by the book, doesn't like go against that. And like I don't think this person ever anticipated something like this. I don't think this person ever anticipated you coming into their life. And so I think what's affirming about this is that they're authentic in how they feel about you. I don't know if they've been authentic to you about the implications of what this connection could create. I don't think that they've been authentic to you about their fears of fully committing to this, in the sense about being out in the open about it. What was underneath? Yeah, the Three of Wands. It's like they want to take action, like in terms of like they want to fully embrace this, but they have to strategize before they do that. Like there will be a solution, but they have to get through that first. And I think the most important thing that if you are in this connection with this person is that you both have an open and honest conversation about your feelings and where this is going. And if that has to take you guys like sneaking around or whatever, do it. Because if you're listening to this part and you're worried, I think that it would be really good to just have this honest conversation with this person, because there's a lot of soul growth with this person, but it's definitely a situation where you're going to have to overcome odds. Like this isn't easy. But the thing is that it's not that this person they're not like, lying to you or anything like that. It's not that it's like they're not being authentic to you. It's that this connection feels authentic to them and inauthentic to the life, but the life around them would see it as inauthentic, or the life that they're currently living around them is inauthentic. And so they're realizing, one, it's hard for them to embrace the fact that by embracing you, embracing this connection, they have to be their authentic selves. And that can't align with certain aspects of the way that their life has been. And so it's like they know they can't have it both ways. But the burden of not being able to fully embrace that is hard. So this is a tricky situation for some of you. For others, like I said, the first part there, if this is not a connection where you guys are like overcoming the odds together, or having to face a lot of public scrutiny or judgment from others, then I would say, baby, this is blessed. Like, because we got to talk about the other group that's like dealing with something where it's so special and so right and so real, but the consequences of being upfront about it are intense, and that's hard. So yeah, this person is being authentic to you, just like pretty much nobody else, because they have to protect their job or protect their reputation, or they're trying to figure out how they can sort things out. Like maybe for some of you, they're like, fuck my job. I don't care about my job, but I gotta have something else lined up, or I gotta have something else figured out. You know what I mean? So they're like taking that time. But I think this person sees clearly, in the sense that they know that this connection is light for you and them, that there's an abundance of blessings here, and that you both have been brought into one another's lives to do some serious work together. And like they feel that warmth, and they're like ready to weather the storms with you. Like, they're willing to face the storms in order to have those rainbows. But they're realizing, one, that they have to go about this in a very moderate way, that they can't get lost and just do something impulsively. But also, I think that this person at the same time doesn't want to get lost in this connection. Like they may be like I said with that moderation card, it's like, I love that it's surrounded by green, and then it has this red Merkaba in it, because the green is like the heart chakra, the feelings, but then this Merkaba, like it's red, and that represents the root chakra. And the root chakra is the physical, the things around you. And it's like this person has to balance their environment around them, make sure that's stable, make sure that's good before they can truly embrace all of their feelings and be fully committed to this. Because right now it's like they know how they feel about you, they're authentic to that, but there's an external battle to be faced in terms of fully embracing this connection, facing that public scrutiny. And I feel like if you both are united in that, I honestly think you both just need to have a really like serious conversation with one another where you talk about like plan, like strategize, like how are we gonna do this, like what's gonna go down. Because I also think like, I don't know if this is just my opinion, but obviously only do what intuitively feels right to you, but I feel like this person would feel a lot more confident in facing this if they knew that you kind of had their back. And maybe you have expressed that you have their back and you fully do have their back, but if they have a lot of Capricorn energy, you know, they're kind of used to holding everything together for everyone else, and they always kind of feel like they have to clean up their own messes. So in this case, they kind of need you to like, maybe you verbalizing like, hey, like I'm gonna fight this with you, like, you know, we got 2 wands here, I got one, you got one, let's go, like let's do this. They are really being authentic with that. And this is a really interesting case of where, like, if you just saw these tarot cards, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Especially after that energy. But that's just how energies change. And what's funny, this is actually this honestly could be my fault. I was gonna use the Affirmators cards for feelings and these cards for actions. And then I like last minute was like, no, switch them. So if this matches actions and the other one matches feelings, switch them. That could have been my fault. Maybe my brain got in the way. But yeah, this person's feelings for you are real. But there's soul growth here. There's a lot of abundance. Like, you are a blessing to this person. They see clearly that this is something deeper, but 1, that's uncomfortable. And 2, the changes that are going to have to be made are uncomfortable, and they're acknowledging that there's going to have to be endings, but at the same time, like, they don't want to carry this burden of having to keep this a secret or not be their authentic truth with you. So honestly, it's like, it's really beautiful, but definitely one of those like stuck between a rock and a hard place kind of things. But with this 8 of Wands here, that really goes to show they're willing to take the action necessary and face that judgment if it means fully embracing this connection. But I really think, you know, this is a general reading. I really think that you should have a conversation with this person about where you're going, what's going on, and what you're willing to do, just so that you know that you're on the same page and you're not relying on a tarot reading to get for everything. You know, everybody's situation is going to be unique, and that's why I had to be so careful with this part. And Spirit was like, okay, listen, like, this message is super important. Some of them really need this, but for others, like, it's just going to freak them out, and it's actually not really relevant. And that is one of the blessings and curses of general readings, is that there can be very similar energies, but the semantics of the situation is different, and that creates more work for me, because I gotta, like, you know, cater to my groups, but I'm happy to do that. So before we get over to the extended, we are going to finish off with some advice for you, and I definitely think you need it. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? Healing, allow light to enter your wounds. Yeah, this is like, yeah, I think that this connection is healing for the both of you. And like, I think that whatever consequences come from this, I think that you both will be able to heal from them together. You know what I mean? What else? What other advice do you have for this connection? We have breathe. Inhale, exhale, create space within. Yeah, I think there's a need for you and your person, honestly, to kind of quiet your mind and focus on your center, because that will help you see the truth easier. It's easy to like run away with fears and worries, but I think it's important to know that like everything will be okay. And lessons, wisdom through mistakes. Like, yeah, I think that this is literally like, you both are going to gain a lot of wisdom from this. This is going to be a lot of soul work. And I do feel like I have to say this, you know, maybe for some of you, because this is a general reading, maybe for some of you, you will learn that maybe the stakes are too high and you both have to let go of this. I'm not saying that at all. But if that is your unique situation, like I said, everything is different. But I think that, you know, people might view this as a mistake. And maybe at some point you or this person might be afraid that you made a mistake. But I think there's a lot to learn here, and if that's what your soul is feeling called towards, like that soul work, I mean, you both were brought into one another's lives for a reason. And maybe there's mistakes that you both made in your past that this is going to help you heal from. We also have caution, keep your guard up, and a new beginning. Have courage to open a new door. So I think this caution 100% is related to who you talk to about this connection. You're gonna have to be really careful. Like, that was the first thing I picked up on when I first started this reading, was like, oh, there's not necessarily, there's people that definitely won't have your best interest. Like, the example that I'm getting is like, okay, I'm not saying this is, oh my God, Jesus Christ. I'm not saying this is like Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton levels, because like that was manipulative and, you know, just like fucked up. But Spirit was showing me, it's not the relationship, but Spirit was showing me the aspect of where Monica was calling her like coworker or something like that, and talking to her all the time about it. And that is what got her in real trouble. Like, that's what really like opened all of this up. And so I think Spirit is saying, you know, be careful about what you say to people, because, you know, you might have to, like, one, keep track of what you do say to people, and two, you know, you don't want to be caught in like a web of lies, like trying to get yourself out of it, what you tell them. So just be aware of that. This is definitely a sticky situation. But we have a new beginning, and truthfully, like, yeah, like, flow, see where it takes you, and don't stop. A miracle is around the corner. Spirit is saying, you know, opening this new door won't be easy. And I think for some of you, this new door you might have to go through alone if this person isn't willing to fully embrace you and what you both are. If you're already dating this person and you guys are public, I'm being dead ass, this part is not for you. Like, and that's what's so important to understand, because there is real, genuine feelings here. But for others, there are high stakes surrounding this connection, and it's kind of intense. I haven't picked up on energies like this very often, but like, that's why, like, when I first shoved it, I was like, what is this? Like, I definitely, like, have not, it's a newer energy for me for sure to be experiencing. But Spirit is saying you and this person definitely could have a new beginning, but opening that door is going to take courage. And before you do that, you're going to have to be very careful who you talk to. Like, not everybody is your friend in this situation. And so that's why it's very important that you trust your own intuitive guidance about this connection. You trust what your gut is telling you, and that's why you clear your mind so that you don't get paranoid or get too overwhelmed. But pile 3. I'm gonna leave your reading here. We're gonna take it over to the extended now, where we're definitely gonna get more advice and see what you just need to know about this connection in general. I hope this resonated, and like I said, for some of you, this is an excellent example of where you gotta take what resonates, because I know this energy isn't necessarily for everyone. For some of you, this is definitely something way more authentic where you don't have to hide it, and for others, it's like conflict of interest, high stakes sort of energy. So pile 3, if you want to meet me over extended, do that. If not, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for everybody who watches my ads. It is the simplest and easiest way to support me, and if you're interested in supporting me in other ways, I will have my affiliate links, my merch, and everything else down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this resonated. Definitely let me know down in the comments how it resonates. Maybe give some support to other pile 3s, especially the pile 3s that where like only half of it resonated, because I think some people, you know, it's easy to get anxious about these sorts of things, and like, that is why it is so important to trust your intuition first and foremost, and like know what your truth is, so that you're only getting the confirmation for what you know is real, and not getting yourself stuck in a mind tornado about things that are not even relevant to you, just because there are so many energies I'm channeling. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you left a like. If you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed, and definitely comment down below. I had already said that. Yeah. Getting a little tired, but yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. If you guys chose the Labradorite stone, this is going to be a reading on, is the person that you're thinking of authentic or not? So I chose all of the tarot decks intuitively. So if you're like, I don't recognize that deck, it's because I picked it out myself. So we're going to use this deck and some oracles I shuffled to look at the actions of this person, and then we will switch gears and use a different tarot deck and other oracles to look at their true feelings, and then we'll finish off with advice. Sorry if I sound a little slow. This is the 4th pile. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm fine, and I'll be able to power through just fine. So we're using the Synesthesia Tarot deck for, gosh damn it, okay. I've been doing so great shuffling, and it's like, I get here and now I'm like I have bad shuffling disease. I guess I've been cured. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your person's actions now. I'm just gonna cut it one more time because I feel the need to. Okay. I think I said cut it, but I meant shuffle. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. Spirit, pile 4's person. What are their actions towards pile 4, please? Okay. 5 of Wands and Temperance. We have the 10 of Swords. Okay, we have the Hermit and the Ace of Swords. Two more, Spirit, please. Of course, person. Spirit. I'm hearing this song, I've Been Waiting by Lil Peep. So I don't know, that can be significant. Okay, 4 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. And back of the deck is the Page of Wands, just underneath there. Okay. So let's look at your oracles now. We have number 11, Pluto, Transformation. We have Perseverance. We have Shadow. We have Spirits to guide you. Which side do you want to go on, ma'am? Okay, I'll go here. We have Pleasure. We have Anomaly and Mirror. Okay, signs I'm seeing right off the bat are Virgo and Sagittarius. But let's look at this person's actions towards you, because this is kind of interesting. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I did this in the last pile, and I'm happy. Actually, I've done this in. I don't normally feel the need to clarify cards, but I feel the need to. And I have been for like the last couple piles, so I'm just gonna let myself do that. Spirit, can you please clarify this 5 of Wands for me? Maybe a little bit more clarification on this 5 of Wands. What is this 5 of Wands about? What is this 5? taking it. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. That fits. Okay. Hierophant on the back of the deck. So we've got Taurus energy now too. Okay. This makes sense. And actually, before I get into this, I'm just going to talk about this. When I've spent... Okay, first of all, if I'm like sound really tired or I slip up, I am insanely tired. And part of the reason I'm so tired is because I'm typically more efficient with how I like shuffle these. But today my guides were like, you need to... Typically I shuffle all my oracles at once and like for each pile. And this time around they were like, no, you need to do it, like put the cards back when you're done and shuffle the full deck each time. And after pile 3, I was like, I think this was a huge fucking waste of time and I don't know why I did this. And then this pile came out and now I'm just like, okay, because first of all, I'm remembering, pretty sure the shadow card came out in pile 1. I'm pretty sure this card didn't come out in pile 1, but another card, I think it was a Scorpio card about transformation, came out. So if you felt drawn to pile 1, you might want to check that out. If not, that's cool. I'm almost honestly curious to see if it's like flip-flop or something, but we're gonna get into it now, so I'm gonna stop yapping. How does this person act towards you? This is really interesting because their actions are like apparent, but also not, and like that's not helpful. Okay, for some of you it definitely seems like this person isn't necessarily like in your immediate circle, like they might be far away. For some of you though, this person might be like isolated, they might be off doing their own thing. They might seem very solitary, kind of in their own element. This person is definitely spiritual. I mean, the fact that we have the Hierophant and spirits to guide you, I feel like this person does have a spiritual element to them. And there's a lot of shadow healing going on with them. And I think that there's a lot of communication about that. What's interesting, oh my God, okay, this makes sense. We have the Ten of Swords, the Hermit, and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this person has been in a hermit mode for a really long time. And they've been starting to get clarity about this cup that maybe was always there. Or maybe not always there, but they weren't, like, there was an opportunity coming that they weren't able to see. And for a lot of you, I feel like that opportunity was you. Or if you've known this person for a while, that opportunity was like a fresh start with them, or it was like an option, or like not an option, a solution to something that they weren't understanding. I do feel like this person, especially with the Sagittarius energy as well, it does seem like this person, in terms of their actions, they mesh really well with you. And they definitely seem to match your energy. The fact that we have anomaly and mirror, like these two mirroring images, it definitely seems like you both kind of mirror each other. And this person kind of melds with your energy. And truthfully, when it comes to their actions, I think that maybe there hasn't been a lot of like, maybe you're just communicating with this person. Like for some of you, I'm kind of getting the vibe that like, you know, if this is a connection that's happened for a really long time, or it's kind of been like on and off or something like that, maybe you're not in the same physical location, or like you just haven't really met up yet, but you've been talking and kind of opening that door. Whatever the case may be, it definitely seems apparent that you either have acknowledged that there's a deeper spiritual reason for you both to either enter one another's lives or re-enter one another's lives. What's underneath this? The Magician. Yeah, for some of you, you're definitely manifesting this, or they made it aware that they were manifesting this, or you both were manifesting this. There's a lot of really powerful spiritual energy here. And I think this took a lot of patience. And with this Five of Wands and this Eight of Wands here, I don't think that this person is very patient, so that was kind of hard for them. But they have been in deep isolation, and in that process of deep isolation, they have transformed a lot, and they've been doing a lot of shadow work. What's interesting here, though, is that I do think that this person, like with the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords here, I think that this person has gained a lot of clarity in their own like little hermit mode, or could have been a long hermit mode. And it's this new perspective that they've been having that allowed this connection, or this kind of Four of Cups to what's the word? Dissipate. And kind of allow, because like I feel like this just came out of nowhere, like really fast. And with the transformation energy, I feel like just the energy between you and this person is like really intense. And I think in terms of actions, you won't really kind of see how they've transformed if this is something newer. But if it's old, if it's a long-standing connection, if you've known this person for a long time, I think that it's very apparent that like this person is not the same person that they once were. And it's almost like this person had to like be beaten down really, really hard in order to have this clarity and have this fresh mindset. But I think that this person 100% matches your energy in terms of their actions. No matter what kind of connection this is, how long you've known them, whether you can see each other in person or not, this person matches your energy 100%. And I think one thing that you probably appreciate about this person and they appreciate about you is that you both are weird. And that's not a bad thing. Weird is not an insult. Weird is a good thing. And I think that you and this person kind of recognize that whatever this situation is between you two, it's not normal. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of like that Rick and Morty episode where they accidentally technically Summer, she tries to make her boobs bigger with like this machine, and then she accidentally like makes herself like giant and she's like screaming, she's like, I'm not normal. And like, I don't know, I feel like maybe you both have felt really lost, or just at the very least really like solitary and alone. I feel like this kind of goes both ways, and the reason why I feel like this goes both ways is because one, I'm already starting to see similarities between pile one, and the fact that we've had similar cards come out and similar energies come out, it's kind of telling. And I think the Spirit's like giving me like a little underhand serve, because they're like, we know you're tired, bitch, we love you, thanks for doing this. But yeah, this person is definitely like putting back what you're putting in. And with that Temperance energy, I feel like you both are kind of like melding really well together. And maybe at one point you both were like oil and water, if this is an older connection, and now it's like you both have grown, you both have changed, and it's like you guys are merging your energies. One thing I think though is that this person could have had an ego death of some kind, or they just could have faced a lot of their shadows, and I think that they're a lot more comfortable with being authentic about that. This Five of Wands, Three of Pentacles energy really, to me, seems to be completely unrelated to their actions towards you. Maybe they have just competitive energy, like in general. They could just be like a competitive-esque person. And I guess if this is an older connection as well, there could have been, arguments or a lot of fighting, or it could have felt like this person had to fight for your attention, or maybe this person feels like they have to fight for your attention. But I don't think that's necessarily the case for a lot of you, because this is like kind of intense. But with this Three of Pentacles here, I feel like maybe this person is in like a competitive job, or like they're very focused on their job, or they like they're really passionate about it, and they have like competitions. Maybe you met them through your job or something like that. But what I kind of feel like is this is almost like a hint, is because maybe their actions towards you are not like, maybe there's like, because like here we have a lot of communication. And like the Hermit is ruled by Mercury, so there's like more Mercurian, more communicative energy. But in terms of like actions, like, this Five of Wands seems really closed off. And I feel like this person maybe was just closed off from things for a long time. and more focused on the physical or just what they could work on. And it's like, I feel like with this Four of Cups and this Ace of Swords, they've had some type of clarity, and they don't feel blocked anymore, because like there's the same circle there, but just more wands. And I mean, technically 5 plus 3 is 8. I don't like math, but I do know that. And if the Three of Wands would be expansion and strategizing, and you know, just could be traveling for some of you. Maybe this person has traveled to see you or something like that, or expressed that. But I think that this person is taking action in the sense that you're either in communication with them, or they're like making their presence known in the sense that they're thinking of you. For some of you, I'm getting the distinct message that maybe you're not talking to this person, but they're like showing up in your, for some I heard in your dreams, or like in your mind, or like in random like locations if you guys live near one another. But it definitely seems like you and this person have been manifesting each other, whether you knew of each other's existence or not. And with the Hierophant here, it definitely seems like you both, or at the very least this person, has acknowledged and said that they feel like there's a deeper spiritual connection to this, which would make sense with Pluto. You know, Pluto's just like really intense and about like birth and sex and death, and like it's a heavy energy. And even like, you know, 11 is kind of an intense energy as well, and we just have so much mirrored energy. It just kind of seems like whether this person has come into your life or come back into your life, it's like you guys mirror in a lot of ways. And so maybe a lot of this sounds familiar to you, and so it's something you both are going through. But I think that this person, since you have been in communication, or since you come back into communication, I do feel like there is communication for a lot of you, but maybe for some of you it's like on a telepathic, like spiritual level, maybe on the 5D, because for some of you it's quite possible that this is a connection in separation. I just don't get that vibe for all of you. I would say of any of the piles so far, this does kind of seem like one that would be in separation, I guess, whether that's physical or like just literal. But there seems to be an energy on your end where this seems like the door that you've just been pushed towards. And I feel like this person the same. Maybe they're very close to their spirit guides, or they just have a lot of spiritual energy around them and they talk about it. But I think that for some of you, you're kind of in shock, especially if you've known this person for a long time, at how this connection has persevered through so much. I think this person has made it aware, whether by saying it outright or just showing it by matching your energy and being engaging, that they just really enjoy your presence, your energy, talking to you, being around you, that they just like your energy. With this perseverance here, I definitely think, especially this is a long-standing connection, that that they are like, their feelings for you, or like, well, I guess we're gonna see that in a second, but like their energy towards you is persistent. It's the same, and they're almost, maybe they've communicated that like they didn't think something like this was gonna happen, or that it was kind of shocking, and that they've kind of just been doing their own thing for so long that it's like crazy. But I also think one thing that's big here is the shadow card. One, because it's come out already, and two, I think this person has healed a lot of their shadows that they needed to in order for this to come in. Maybe they've communicated that, maybe not. But I think that you both are maybe highlighting one another's shadows, or if not highlighting them, just like telling each other about them, and like opening up about, you know, maybe the rough things that have happened in the past, and especially if this is a long-standing connection, the things that went down between you in the past. But I do feel like this person is really patient, and they're just kind of, they definitely feel like this is divinely guided, and I feel like they're happy to kind of merge your energy. And I don't know, I just find this mirror and this anomaly card like so insane. This is why I love using like a bunch of different oracle cards, because like, who would think that some shit like that would be mirrored out of like a fuck ton of cards? I don't know, I just think it's cool. But yeah, yeah, this person is pretty, in terms of their actions, it's like they're pretty clear. I don't think that they're very confusing. I think that a lot of this is more so just things that you've talked about or things that you've communicated or events that have happened over time, and less so like specific actions that are happening right now. And I mean, this is technically supposed to be about authenticity. So I guess we'll see if this is authentic to what I'm reading and what you've been seeing and picking up on. Oh, we'll just have to see. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I do not mean to yawn. I am not bored. I'm very interested. And I'm here, clear as a clam. And I don't think that that is a real phrase, and I don't know why I'm using it. But yeah. I'm fine. I would be fine. And I am like fine in terms of like being awake enough to read. I'm good. I had a lot of caffeine today. Okay, so let's look at their feelings now. We'll start by shuffling the tarot cards. So for their feelings, I'm using the 8th House Tarot deck. This one's also really interesting because it has like a ton of astrological placements and shit. But yeah, I could definitely feel like the intensity of this connection. And I think it's interesting because it's almost like you both have like needed a lot of healing in order for this to come through. And because Spirit's already kind of confirmed to me that so much is mirrored already, that like, I can't even just say them, because I think it's also a lot, also like you. So yeah, okay. I'm just gonna riffle shuffle her one more time. Jesus Christ, I'm like yawning, burping. I'm like a hot mess. Okay. I need to do it one more time. I don't know why. I'm just like, I need to like, okay, I'm good now. All right, Spirit, what are pile 4's person's true feelings for pile 4? What are pile 4's person's true feelings for pile 4? Jesus Christ, I never yawn in readings, so this person must be like a sleepy person. Or something like that. I mean, like, let's be clear, I yawn in my regular life, but like, usually when I'm in readings, I'm like, I'm here. Okay, Spirit, pile 4's feelings. Pile 4's person's feelings for pile 4, please. Okay. That's not gonna work. Okay, we're taking these back. While I was shuffling, I was thinking of, we do this thing in my family to like fuck with each other. We'll go like, oh, and like pretend to yawn to make other people yawn. So I don't know, it's kind of funny, but now I'm making myself, holy shit, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Okay, 2 of Swords. Finally, like, Jesus Christ. Okay, Page of Swords. Feelings, Spirit. A double. Okay, maybe that got me out. Maybe that got me out of it. Okay. Ooh, okay. Damn. Okay, 9 of Wands. 10 of Cups. Okay, 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and I want to clarify this Devil card. Okay, Spirit, will you clarify the Devil for me? Once again, we have very mirroring cards. Okay, so clarifying the Devil. We have the 3, yeah, we have the 3 wands. Aries sun, relate. Okay, and on the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, Makes sense. We have the Ten of Swords coming out again. So let's look at your oracles now. Okay. So, yeah. This also came out in pile 1. It's another reason why I think that might be connected. But yeah, so we have Void, of course, Moon. We have Get Creative. We have Patience. And there's that 3 of Wands I was talking about too a little while ago. We also have Fear. We have Someone Soon. We have Gift. And we have Nest. Okay. So this person's feelings are kind of complicated. But what I would say overall is that, yes, they're being authentic with you. In the sense that they haven't like lied about anything that they've told you, and that's not their plan or intention. But they maybe haven't told you about like specific trauma that they have about relationships or just fears in general. What's underneath this Ten of Swords? This 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands, Mars and Aries. What's underneath that? Jupiter. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this person is very afraid of putting their heart on the line, point blank. I'm gonna be real with you. I think that you're the first person in a very long time to even like get them looking in anyone's direction other than their own. And I don't mean that in like an egotistical way. I just mean that in like a very hermity mode. And they've probably been upfront about like the hermit mode that they've been in. But they've definitely been focused on their own growth. And in terms of their feelings, like it's crazy because we have like all these mirroring cards. And depending on holy fuck, I've never yawned this much at a reading. I promise I'm fine. Like, anyway, they, first of all, we have a lot of like just mirroring energy in the sense of like numbers. With that Ten of Swords at the bottom, like, I feel like they've definitely been through a lot, especially when it comes to relationships. This definitely, it could be a more casual connection, but I'm just gonna be honest, like every single pile, I really did not pick up on friendly stuff. It just seems deeper. But I want to be clear that this person sees you as a blessing, a huge blessing. And if this is a long-standing connection, I think they've missed you for a really long time. And if this is a newer connection, I feel like this person's soul missed you, because there's definitely like a deeper soul connection here, but they probably didn't know that you existed, so they didn't even know what they were missing. They just knew that something was missing. But they're definitely still exploring things mentally. Because here's the thing, intuitively, they have really strong feelings, not only for you, but like about where this connection is headed or what this connection is. They have been wanting this type of like 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups energy, you know, this emotionally fulfilling, mutually giving, loving relationship with somebody. And I feel like they've been waiting for that for a long time, and they've done the dirty work to be in alignment with that. And like that's why those shadows are coming up. Like they've been through some really tough endings. They faced a lot of really shitty stuff in order to get there. But I think a part of them never really anticipated it coming. And so that's kind of part of their shadow side with this Capricorn energy, is that they could be like hyper independent and just try to like not get emotionally invested in things and people out of fear. This person could run from things, or they could just be like, they could have just always been so focused on the things in front of them or what's next. Like we have more running energy. And I almost wonder if like, you know, this person was just kind of burnt out, and they didn't think that like this was ever actually going to happen. And so I didn't think that they really thought about like what they would do when this type of thing came in. So I think that they're still in this energy of like feeling things out. And also not making any decisive decisions about what this is yet. They're like, the Two of Swords always to me is like, you don't know, but you know. And the Page of Swords is like, they're not trying to think too deeply about it, about this connection or what's going on. They're just trying to be open to it, especially if this is a past thing, because they don't want to project what happened in the past onto you. They want to see things go run their course. But even if this is a new connection, obviously, like, both of you have pasts, and I feel like this person doesn't want to project their past onto you or project what they've been through onto you. And I feel like they see the potential for a lot of expansion, and like they feel that deeper pull there. But with this 2 card here, there's a lot of desire for you, and at the same time they're like, it can take a little bit to get here. And that's exactly because we have this Fear card here and this Void of Course Moon, because this person is very afraid of this 10 of Swords happening, this another rough ending, because they have intuitively really good feelings about this, but their brain kind of comes in and is like, you can't get too attached to this, you can't get too focused on this, you know, it could crash and burn into a million pieces. And I feel like this person has been just, I'm hearing like there's a song, oh my god, this song used to be like traumatic because it would just play. If you've ever worked retail, you'll know, like, you hear the same songs over and over and over. Like, I used to work retail, and yeah, like, first of all, if I hear stir fry, and like all I can smell is like Abercrombie cologne, I'm just like, oh my god, PTSD, war flashbacks. But then there was another song that I had to hear all the time that was like something called like Running on Empty. And I feel like this person has been running on empty for a really long time, and they just like have been so focused on like just getting through each day and just kind of focusing on whatever, that they didn't really anticipate this coming in. And I think that's exactly like, or you coming back in this, I mean you, because they've had their head down, they're focused, they've been worried about their own expansion, and now all of a sudden it's just like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't ready for this. But like, they were ready for it. It's just that their brain has to catch up with that, because energetically they were putting out those vibes, and energetically you were putting out those vibes. So if you see similarities there, you feel like this is also how you feel, know that at least, you know, they feel the same way in that sense, that they are afraid. And you know, the Void of Course Moon, I think that one of their biggest fears is actually being open to this, for some of you again, or just being open to something real in general, and nothing coming from it, or it crashing and burning. And I think that this person is understanding that they can't allow that fear to get in their way. Like, that's kind of just, that's life. Yeah, you know, nothing is guaranteed. Things are risks. And I think that they have so much desire for you that they almost like they couldn't push this away or push you away if they wanted to, is kind of the energy. And logically they recognize that they were planting these seeds so long and wanted this for so long that they would be an idiot if they just pushed this away and ran from it. And I feel like they've realized, like, you are the void in their life that they've been missing. It's actually really sweet. They see you as a gift, like a blessing from the universe. And with this Nest card, I think they see you as somebody that they could feel at home with, or create a home with, or would just feel at home with, or your energy feels like home to them, or just like really, really familiar. With this Get Creative card, I think that this connection is forcing this person to, one, tap into their, like, maybe they're getting a lot of creative inspiration. Maybe you both bond over creativity, but also, like, this person, I feel like maybe wasn't really acknowledging their emotions for a long time. And now their emotions are kind of being tapped into again. And I don't even mean it in like an unhealthy way. It's just that they weren't really open to connections. Like, they were in that hermit mode. They were focused on them. And so a lot of their inspiration came from things outside of like romantic feelings or just emotions. And part of them, I feel like, feels like a noob still. They're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, but they've been yearning for it for so long. So they're kind of just in this energy of like, okay, I know this can be something real. I'm really happy, but I'm freaked out and I'm scared and I don't want to get hurt. So I'm just gonna like ride it out, go with the flow, hope for the best. It's just not like get too emotionally attached before there's that like confirmation of safety, I guess. That's the vibe I'm getting from them. I'm like hearing their internal dialogue. And also I think once I'm like, this is what's interesting too, is like I feel like always like with the first couple piles, I'm like my own thought process is like interfering, but when I'm just like pooped out, then spirit just comes through and I can just like I don't even overthink it. It's just, it is what it is. Perks of being pile 4. Anyway, with this someone soon card, I feel like this person like knew you were coming or coming back in. But I don't think that they were like actually anticipating it. Like, it was kind of like they were like, yeah, okay, someone's coming back in, or not someone, you're coming in, you're coming back in. And then, and they were like, yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. And now it's here and they're like, shit, like, now they're blindfolding themselves. I'm like, I can't see it. I'll just go with the flow. Like, fuck, I don't want to, like, this is just very like, yes, their feelings are like, this is exactly what I want. And also like, oh shit, now I have to face the fact that like, maybe I am afraid of getting what I want, and maybe I am scared of accepting good things, and maybe I am afraid to open myself up and be vulnerable and embrace something that could be really good for them. So yeah, their feelings are a little all over the place, a little scattered, but overall very positive. I think that the biggest thing is that they do, just because of their past or maybe your shared past, they are afraid of things falling through, not going well. So they're just kind of in this energy of, let's just see what happens and I'll just accept it. But intuitively, they already feel like this is something more, and I think they definitely have really strong feelings for you. They see you as somebody that really matches their energy and that they could have a very emotionally fulfilling connection with, and maybe a creative connection with as well. Maybe you have similar creative hobbies or passions. But definitely with this gift card here, this person recognizes that you're a blessing. So despite their fears, they know that they can't push it away, because they would literally, because this person, like we established in the actions, they're connected to the universe. They're probably connected to their guides, or just kind of trust what's coming through, even if they don't actively recognize it as their guides. And they know that if they push this away, then they would have to face the fact that they weren't ready for what they were yearning and longing for. And so it's kind of like they just have to be open and accept these blessings instead of pushing them away, instead of running away from them. And this is actually part of their shadow work, and this is part of their growth. Like, you're kind of a test in the sense of like, this person is gonna have to overcome a lot in order to be like, they're gonna, well, not like a lot, they've already overcome a lot. It's like they're gonna have to overcome their fear of failure, their fear of what if, their fear of endings, in order to let this good thing in. You know, this Jupiter energy, this person knows it's a blessing. This person knows, you know, they faced all these endings, and those endings are merely new beginnings. But this person knows this is like an anomaly, a once in a lifetime thing. And they can't give it up. But they definitely, I would say, what they're maybe not being authentic about, and I don't even know if it's like authenticity, it's just like maybe you both haven't talked about those things yet, or it's just not time yet. that this person, you know, definitely has some fears about this connection, not because of their feelings for you, but just fears around relationships in general, and like, you know, past trauma, and like, you know, fears of being vulnerable and opening up to someone, and the changes that that would create, especially if they are a very solitary energy and they don't typically open themselves up. And so it's especially freaky when it's mirrored as much as it is. But I think you and this person have been just following this intuitively, and I think that's how you kind of found each other again, or fell into each other's lives to start with. So yeah, I think it's all good vibes. And even like I'm noticing like there's a lot of sevens here, and there was in the last pile as well. Like 43 reduces to 7, and the other card was like 70, so we had 2 sevens there. And that 2, I think maybe that's mirrored as well, like because we had perseverance with 4, and so it's the heart and the sacral chakra. And I feel like their heart chakra is opening again, and that's really fucking scary for them. Mood. But like, yeah, but there's also a lot of desire there, and they can't let go of that. There may also be some like, oh, I wanna do some stuff, like some physical stuff, especially if you've already been with this person, because they know what that's like, and they're probably like, oh, I want to have some fun again, but like I don't want to like rush things. This person doesn't want to rush things, and maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe in the past they have rushed relationships, so this is their kind of like, just gonna be patient and ride this out, and like just work through it one step at a time. And you know, hearing that Jordan Sparks song, one step at a time, you know, no need to rush. Oh my god, it's like learning to fly or falling in love. It's just gonna happen, and it's supposed to happen. God damn it, Jordan Sparks, a modern prophet. Okay. So I think, yeah, they're being authentic. They're just going slow and allowing things to take its course. So yeah, they are being authentic with you. And like I said, there's a lot of similar energies. I mean, even this card came out in a different pile other than pile 1. I know it was a much different energy when it came out, but this is the only pile where I've had repeated oracle cards. So I find that really, really interesting. But yeah, if you felt called to pile 1, you maybe want to check that out. But we are going to go ahead and finish off by giving you some guidance for this connection. So Spirit, what do you want pile 4 to know about this connection moving forward? What advice do you have for them? Change, a new season of life. So yeah, Spirit is definitely saying embrace this change. You also have breathe, inhale, exhale, create space within. Yeah, so if you mirror a lot of these fears, if I was describing this and you're like, oh shit, that sounds like me, this fucking blue lace agate just does not want to be horizontal. Be horizontal, please. You're not a vertical queen, you're a horizontal queen. Anyway, yeah, Spirit's saying, you know, create space within your heart to kind of allow this to come in. Don't allow your brain to run wild with fears and ways that it could go wrong. Think about just being open to what the universe has to offer, and realize that this has happened for a reason. Kind of definitely feels divinely guided, and I think that that's definitely confirmed even just in the actions. So I think for sure you just need to trust what's going on here. And when you find your mind running away with fears, or just like, oh God, like what's gonna happen, or what if this, what if that, you just need to kind of create space for joy, create space for love, create space for opportunity, and not focus too much on the scary what ifs. Yeah, okay. So we have set intentions, plant the seeds, and watch them grow, and gratitude. Appreciate pleasant blessings. Okay, I need to pull one more before we look at the back of the deck. But I think Spirit is asking you to express gratitude for what you've already learned, or the fact that express gratitude that this person is in your life. Like, that's the second rainbow. So maybe rainbows are significant. Maybe for some of you, this is like a LGBT connection. But for I feel like it's important, you know, Spirit's saying I think they're saying like you set these intentions already, like you wanted this, and I think this person wanted this too. So, you know, embrace it with gratitude. Don't run away with fear. Like, we didn't bring this into your life for you to be like, oh wait, just kidding, never mind. Like, and they don't think that you're gonna do that, but like, follow through on your intentions, and like, and maybe also make your intentions clear with this person, maybe to help them feel more secure, and maybe they'll open up about this, or just that you both are on the same page. And we also have healing. Allow light to enter your wounds. This card is coming in a lot, but I definitely think that this connection will be incredibly healing. It probably already has been healing to a degree, whether you've been like healing what happened between you in the past, or you both have been like talking about your respective past with one another and you're like healing through that. This did not come in to like push you down, kick you, and spit on you. Like, it came to help open you up, to lighten you up, see the beauty in the world and see the blessings. And on the back of the deck, we have patience again. Long road ahead, reward awaits. And I'm called to look at what's underneath. Yeah, fire, transformation, rebirth, renewal. So yeah, this is definitely something that I think is a long haul thing for you guys, for you and this person. And it might take some patience and persistence to come in the way that you want it to. But I think that also you both have been on a long road, and this is just, I'm hearing Bob Dylan standing in the doorway. Like, I think you guys are on the threshold of something new, and that's fucking awesome, and I'm happy for you guys. And yeah, I think that you and this person have some fears, some hesitations, but I think those fears and hesitations are not as strong as your feelings for one another are, and not even just your feelings, but your intuitive guidance that this needs to be explored. It's just too right to say it's wrong. But yeah, pile 4, I am going to take it over to the extended now, and we're going to look at what you need to know about this connection, and just also angel numbers and other guidance. You can tell I'm like, I'm pushing through at this point. Well, we will do it, and I will do an amazing job, hopefully. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check that out. But if you're leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to everybody who watches my ads. This is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you're interested in supporting me in other ways, my affiliate links, my merch, and my social medias are linked down below if you want to check that out. If this resonated, definitely let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed it, love it if you left a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and click that little bell notification to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. But if not, that's fine. It's cool. Just happy you're here. Yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!